Everybody to the party. We're online, online, we're online. Step into the night where all the stars are bright. We're back again to do this, and we're gonna do it right. Something wild's in the air. I just know it. Now we're moving quicker, keeping on track. And once we hit the scene, there's no turning back. Gonna bring that feeling, gonna feel the heat. Online is in town and we can't believe we come alive under the neon glow. It's the party of a lifetime. The signal's strong, can you feel it in the flow? It's the party of your lifetime. Now that you can see, there ain't no stopping me. The city's on 11, it's 2000 degrees. Something big is coming, but it's just the beginning. Just the beginning. Neon lights flicker, DJ spins the track. Boys are in sync and there's no turning back. Now that you're invested, we're turning up the heat. Everybody sing together on the 1, 2, 3. We come alive under the neon glow. Everybody, it's the party of your lifetime. The signal's strong, can you feel it in the flow? It's the party of your lifetime. Floating higher as the stars align. Here on the edge of 1999. All systems on in this moment like you never know. Join us, embrace us, don't ever erase us. 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 Stop! Online's in the house to bring the party of your lifetime. We come alive, moving under the neon glow. It's the party of your lifetime. The signal's strong, can you feel it in the flow? It's the party of your lifetime. We come to life, we come to life on the floor. This feeling's all we came for. The beat is strong, we can feel it in the flow. It's the party of your lifetime. Party of your lifetime. The party of your lifetime. Everybody come in, everybody to the party. We're online, online, we're online. Step into the night where all the stars are bright. We're back again to do this, and we're gonna do it right. Something wild's in the air. I just know it. Now we're moving
Hi, chat. Oh. Here, I need to...
That sounds amazing.
Hold on, I need to fix this.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh shit, the mic is about to fall over.
God damn it.
Oh no.
Hold on, chat, I'm trying to fix this.
What did you do?
It's just attached to the table. Oh, God. Chat, if you could see what I'm seeing, the amount of scuff is so real.
It's beautiful.
I have to mute my stream. Yeah, chat, please like the stream. And no, that song is not copyrighted.
Oh, it shouldn't be. What did you play on my stream?
It was the 1999 song.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna mute you on Discord because I can hear you better. Since we're literally sitting in the exact same room right now.
Yeah, if you hear an echo, it's because me and Akko are literally sitting side by side.
There we go.
So
there we go. There we go. Chat tonight is very special. I was thinking about setting up my own thing, and maybe I still will. But
not from that computer, you won't.
You don't think I'd be able to at least pull up OBS?
Your computer was trying to kill itself off of Canva.
It was, yes, it was really funny.
Akko's loud? It's because you're hearing two Akkos. Also, it's a different mic.
Oh, am I really loud? I'm probably really loud because I'm not using the...
Yeah, hold on.
Kodako Cha-Cha on accident?
For once, I need to turn you lower than 100.
That's funny.
There is an echo from Akko. I know, chat. Again, for those who don't know, Akko is visiting me in California. So Akko is literally sitting right next to me on his own computer.
Yes, like the stream chat. You should make me just a little bit bigger. Just a tiny bit.
I can do that.
There we go. Just a little bit. It's too hot. It's actually kind of cold where I am right now.
Yeah. Akko had me turn the fans off.
I did. It's kind of cold.
So, we're working with what we got, chat. It is a lot more scuff because I'm streaming everything.
Yeah. Welcome to Nightwave, chat.
Dogwave.
That's right, Dogwave. Yes. I'm tired.
So, if you hear an echo, just because Akko's next to me. We tried fixing it. Akko's using my old mic. Anyone who used to watch me, like, many months ago would know what that sounds like.
Exactly, but it's totally fine.
Admittedly, it sounds really good. Better than your current one. If it wasn't for the echo.
Uh-huh. My AC struggling, it's 80 degrees. I'm sorry to hear that. Kind of. Oh, okay. Can you hear yourself still? Oh, that's right, because I muted you on Discord.
Oh. So now I can hear myself.
Yeah.
What? That's weird. Oh, I get it. Anyway, chat, there's going to be an echo. It's going to be very stuffed. It's going to be more chill tonight, but...
Wait, why would there be an echo if you muted your mic?
Because it's unmuted.
Oh.
When this is red, that's muted.
I getcha. I have muted the Medicare stream for now. Medicare streaming chat is amazing. Yes, he is streaming. I was talking with Sparky right before we went live. Temp has a twin, does he? Yes, he does. I hear meowing cats in the background.
Yeah, you hear them, they don't.
Yeah. That's very true.
Strong.
No. I'm surprised it's strong enough to pick you up when you're that far away.
I might be able to go further like this way, but I'm like naturally loud.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's probably why they can pick up the echo.
Yeah.
Jim wants the Gamer Subs cheddar. He does. I was really funny. If he actually does get a Gamer Sub sponsorship, that would be extremely funny in my personal opinion. But anyway, tonight's gonna be just a little bit funky because I'm not in my room. My computers are actually being held by a friend, basically, and so I am on a laptop right now that is older than the COVID pandemic.
Yeah. Chat, if you want an idea of how old Akko's laptop is, it's running a GTX NVIDIA GPU, which means anywhere between 960 to 1080,
Yes.
I believe. So it's old.
Mm-hmm. It's all right though. It's old. It is. I bought it back before the pandemic, and it was a pretty good laptop at the time. It's got a Core i7 in it. Is that pretty good?
It was an 8th gen CPU. That is one generation newer than my old PC.
Is that good?
No,
Oh,
not anymore.
still runs Cyberpunk? Yeah.
Should still run Cyberpunk. Well, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we got some stuff.
We
Tonight.
do. We do.
Ironically, it's not a lot. But that's okay.
I mean, we could still talk regardless,
Oh, yeah.
but
How about we start with probably the most. Oh, I didn't do this. I'm dumb.
what did you do?
I didn't send these out.
Oh, you didn't tell people you were live?
No,
That's dumb.
I know. Oh, I made a boo-boo chat. It's fine.
Mr. Beast and Adi Shankar? I mean, like, kind of. I feel like Adi isn't that big of a deal.
Audie's not
honestly.
that big, but it's still like.
That's what you put on your thumbnail?
To be fair, it was a really good one. I had 3 other versions,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I was about to publish the one with Mr. Beast on it as well because I made one,
Uh-huh.
and then I realized as I'm looking through the docket that Adi Shankar was on there. I'm like, oh my god, it's perfect.
Fair enough. It's angering? Yes, it is I mean, like, is Duke Nukem, like, that big of an IP now?
No, not anymore.
It's just like I know that people are going to care about it. Why do I sound more seductive? So am I needing to just get rid of my mixer? My mixer might not even work when I grow up to Windows 11, will it?
Maybe.
Which will suck because I kind of need it for more than just the voice.
Yeah. To be fair, chat, it could very well just be the mic.
But it's a $200 mic, $200 to $300 mic. Last I checked.
What mic?
My mic at home.
No, I know, but what is it?
I can't remember. I bought it off Amazon. Or no, I didn't buy this mic off Amazon. A fan bought it for me.
Adi Shankar should make a Guilty Gear series.
Maybe that was maybe Guilty Gear series would improve if he actually did that.
Maybe.
It's possible.
You sound zesty. Don't upgrade.
Perfect.
Well, no. Being in the computer field, I'm going to veto that and say Akko needs to go to Windows 11. I've actually tried Mr. Beast's chocolates. I won't lie, they're pretty good. I had one. I wasn't a fan.
I can't eat chocolate, but I've heard mixed things. People are saying that it really isn't that much better than something like Hershey's and stuff like that.
I mean, it might be more healthy. Maybe.
He says that it's healthier. I haven't read the back of it, but like people are telling me that it's not really that much better.
Fair. So how about we start with the fun news of the week? And by fun, I mean nothing has changed at all.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you to put the Streamlabs thing on there so that it'll get the super chats.
Oh, well, you know, I do blame you for that because you gave me no notice.
I know. I could give it to you now.
No, we're already going. Chat, if Taco No Filter is still the hottest taco.
Oh, thank you. I can do ASMR for people if people really want that. I was thinking about doing that on a secret account.
Dookie Nukem is a treasured IP. Duke Nukem is a treasured IP. Duke Nukem has also been ignored for over a decade.
Again, I know nothing about it. That's why when you were like, "Oh, Adi Shankar got it," I was just like, "Didn't they have games for that over a decade ago? Why?
The
Why
last
did they care
one
about it?"
was Duke Nukem Forever, which was the biggest shit show the franchise ever experienced.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, why? Why do they?
And yes, I know Windows 11 is technically a downgrade, even though it is modern, but that's also why it's modern. We are getting really close to Windows 12, though.
Yes, which should be an upgrade. We could talk about this too, but like, we might be getting close to that.
Yeah, we might be getting close to Windows 12, which, given Microsoft's track record, would be good. We'll see.
Yeah,
Upgrade, quote unquote.
upgrade exactly.
Temp solves an echo. Again, chat, there's nothing we can really do about that. The what we could do about that is for Akko to pick up and leave the room. But I'm not gonna make Akko do that. So you get to deal with
Dad, if you pay me like $20, I'll do that. All at once. Not like over time.
Where would you go?
I don't know. Living room. Okay.
You're not attaching that mic arm to the table in the living room.
Actually, I don't know if I can do that because I've got a lot of things plugged into the wall here.
Yeah.
I never mind, Chad. I can't do that. If you donate $100, then I'll go on my phone and I'll be in call instead on my phone.
$100 for that might
$100,
be fine.
yes.
Oh,
And I won't give any of it to Temp. It'll be all mine.
that's fine. I'll go to the bathroom. No, you don't want to do that. But yeah, chat. Nexus Mods was sold this week. Did you see that?
See what?
That Nexus Mods was sold.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's the one that like kept banning a whole bunch of mods for just spurious reasons, right?
Yeah, most of them are quote Gooner mods. Or anti-LGBTQIA plus, whatever the fuck that is now.
Speaking of Gooner mods, do you think Stellar Blade would run on this PC?
No.
I wonder what the minimum requirements are.
Hold on, I can look.
You gonna pull them up on your computer?
Hold on, chat. We're live looking at this.
Does it say RTX or does it
Yes.
have to? Okay.
Actually, well, hold on. Minimum GTX 1060.
What minimum is this? You could look it up. I
I
know.
can actually. Well, maybe I can't. Hold on.
Isn't it just called laptop now?
Technically even better. Because this actually might be running. Ironically, that might be running off your Intel CPU. As far as your GPU.
Why?
Fuck if I know.
Is there a way to fix that?
Yeah, we're not doing that now.
Well, obviously not right now. I'm not saying I want to download Stellar Blade right now.
gonna
That would
put
be
it this
funny
way.
though.
This is more likely to run Stellar Blade than that.
Well, I think it probably does. Didn't they say that Stellar Blade's going to be run off of the Steam Deck eventually?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing it live. We are, chat.
That's what you come here for, chat. Still haven't told me what the computer specs are.
Okay, i7 8750H, 6-core, 12 threads, 2.2 gigahertz.
What's the GPU?
Intel UHD graphics 630.
What the fuck? It has an NVIDIA GTX in there.
Yeah, I know. It's on 21H2 to Windows 10, so it's behind. I think.
So what I'm hearing is that this thing needs some updates.
It needs some updates, and it needs an SSD in it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Chat, we're getting an SSD for Akko to put in there.
We'll see if it can even take that.
Oh, it can take it. And if anything, we can shove Linux on that thing.
Yeah, something like that. My pocket lit in 3 months.
Fair. Anyway, so Nexus Mods was sold.
Yes.
From what I've heard since then, because this was on the 16th of June, this was before you left.
Yes, it was.
That nothing has changed.
Okay.
Oh no, Gator is happy he is mentioned on a Medicare stream. Was he mentioned?
If he was, it was after I tuned out of it. The Medicare stream has been pretty crazy because Medicare is just kind of going after everybody.
Fair. Okay. So what they say is after 24 years of running Nexus Mods, let me zoom this in a little bit more. The time has come for me to step back from the day-to-day management of the site. This isn't a decision I've made lightly, far from it, but one I think is in both my and the community's best interests. You might want to mute that.
Okay.
Because I can hear myself talking, and it's fine, but
Just talk quieter.
I am. I'm a naturally loud person. It's fine. I started this project in 2001 in my bedroom with a 56K modem. An excitement for the upcoming release of Morrowind, and with no grand ambitions or intentions, I didn't set out to build a business. I just wanted to make a place where modders could share their work without worrying it would vanish into the internet either the next time a fan site went offline or a publisher decided they were done with it. That idea grew legs, sprouted arms, and turned to the Nexus Mods. Since then, this site has been my entire adult life, every single day, for over 2 decades. I've been on call, whether it was fixing issues, reading feedback, pushing updates, or getting pulled into the latest bit of community drama. It's been rewarding, sometimes chaotic, often exhausting, and always personal. Somewhere along the line, I forgot to step back and breathe. Or sleep properly. The dilemma of running a major social network that does not rest. The strain of being responsible for the behemoth I created has taken its toll. The stress of the job has been a regular source of anxiety and stress-related health issues. I realized that I have been burning out, and this started to have an impact on my staff and Nexus Mods as a whole. So, I firmly believe that the best thing for the future of Nexus Mods is for me to step aside and bring in new leadership to steer the business forward with renewed energy to make Nexus Mods the modding community we all deserve. Well, you've already felt that, but one of the biggest reasons I've been doing this for so long is that I've never felt that I've truly found someone who really gets the modding community the way I do. Finding a new owner would be able to understand and respect the myriad intricate... the brain, I need you to whatever, fine. Of both Nexus Mods as a business and the wider modding community was essential. After months of meetings, face-to-face talks, and a whole lot of soul-searching, I'm thrilled to say that I truly believe I have found the exact right people for the task. So yes, the ownership of Nexus Mods has changed hands, but I want to be clear. This isn't some corporate exit or a backroom deal. This is me doing something I probably should have done years ago, taking care of myself, reclaiming some headspace, and finally letting go of the idea that I have to do everything and would be responsible for everything myself. What changes now? Honestly, not a lot. At least not from your side of things. Behind the scenes, I've already been stepping back bit by bit. Over the past few years, the team has taken on more of the weight and the site's been doing better than ever. What's changing now is simply the formality of it, making sure that people are in place to guide Nexus Mods into the next era. That includes some structural updates to the company ownership that we aren't shouting about, but I want to be transparent.
Can I unmute now?
Yeah, I'm not done reading, but yeah. Anyway, they're about long-term stability, not changing the values or direction of the platform. Nexus Mods is community first and mod author focused, but that's not up for negotiation. While I am stepping back, it's important to understand that Nexus Mods isn't just about me and hasn't been for a long time. The Nexus Mods you see today has been created by a team of 40 incredibly dedicated people, some of whom have been here for over 9 years. They live and breathe modding, they care deeply, and they're experienced, committed, and they're very much still here. None of that is changing. So if I can ask one thing, is to continue supporting them, the site, and the community they help nurture every day. In terms of new faces, you'll also be seeing more of Foldino, Rapsack, and Tegan, who will come on board to lead this next chapter. They've got deep roots in gaming, tech, and most importantly, they give a damn about the site, the community, and the future we're trying to build here. Editor's note, we've added Nikolai to the new owners listed above. He works more in the background, but is still an important part of the team. They have my complete trust, and I'm incredibly proud to be bringing them on board. What about me? I'm not disappearing. I'll still be annoying people on the Mod Author Discord, lurking in the forums, and sticking my nose into community matters when I can't help myself. I'll also be working with the team to help guide the overall direction of the site, just without needing to be the person who signs off on every little thing and without taking responsibility for any and all things Nexus Mods. Frankly, that's a good thing for me, for the team, and for the future of Nexus Mods. Now I'm done. This was a whole lot of nothing.
It really is. It really, I mean, that's kind of what you have to do when you're selling a company, is not really say the whole thing. But I guess it really does. It's just like, why now? What's oh my gosh,
I love it.
is that like a comment?
Yeah, this is a comment.
That's funny.
No, it's people calling out Nexus Mods for their actions the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Because of money. It's all because of money, chat. Every time, no matter what, it's money.
Well, yes. I mean, like, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with making money because, you know, I'm making money by streaming right now.
Yeah.
The problem typically comes when how you make the money and what you do to make the money, basically. So, whether or not this was a good move for him, it probably was. It sounds like he got paid, didn't he?
No, not necessarily.
No.
It sounds more like he handed the keys to the kingdom to someone else and said, "Okay, I'm done. Bye."
Right.
And yeah, chat. Again, for those who are new popping in here, there is an echo. Akko is on vacation. Akko is visiting me. Akko is right next to me in my office.
I'm kind of like circling around a different table that I'm sitting at, seeing if aiming the mic a different way will help.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, it's not supposed to capture all around it. It's just supposed to be right here,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah, so that this might help.
So, again, we're trying. This is probably the only stream I'm doing while Akko's here.
At least with both of us in it.
Yeah. Well, no. I think this is the only thing I have planned for the entire week while you're still here.
Really? You didn't plan for nothing else?
No. I mean, maybe we'll do something Wednesday. Although, honestly, depending on what happens Tuesday, you might not be up to anything on Wednesday.
We'll see. I mean, like, it really doesn't take long for me to recover from teeth pain.
Well, yeah. If you got something pulled, that's different.
It depends.
Yeah.
It really does, because if they have to put something up here, they're probably gonna have to do. I don't even know if they'll want to put something, because if they want to put some of these top teeth, because of my sinuses being so low, they may have to pack those, and I don't know if they'll want to do that or if they've got the resources to do that.
How many sets of headphones do you have? Then myself, I have 2. Akko is using my spare headset and spare microphone.
I sound like Raven from Teen Titans. Oh dear.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What has been discussed so far? We talked about Nexus Mods, and that is it. Also, Tape is asking that you pet the dog.
I see that, yes.
And he is shaved. Akko can confirm he is shaved. So, the echo is actually better, but
A little bit now.
But oh, shall we discuss this?
Oh, the marathon update? Yeah, go ahead.
So, chat, marathon was delayed this week. Well, okay. delayed, quote unquote.
Yes.
But apparently, the employees didn't even know it was going to be delayed until the day it was announced that it was delayed.
Quite the way to find out, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm noticing more and more trending issues of lack of communication.
Quite a lack, yes.
If dog shaved, you need to shave as well, Temp. You need to be bald. Where's bald model? You're not getting bald model.
You sure about that?
Here, I'm gonna turn you down a little bit as well.
That might help. Am I that loud?
You're peeking into the red constantly. Talk now.
Hello?
So yeah, I don't know. Marathon was delayed. I'm not surprised. I wonder what tracking app people use. We're using VTube Studio.
Yes.
Echo is better? Good. Okay, well that's what matters. We'll save some of the bigger stuff for a little bit later. But for those of you who play Honkai Star Rail, we are getting the 3.4 update next month. Akko's slightly quiet. Not now.
Oh.
Wow, it sounded like you just ate that mic.
I mean, I'm right next to it, so.
You probably don't need to be that next to it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Anyway, so Honkai Star Rail is getting its next major update in July. This is also going to be the update that adds the Fate Stay Night crossover.
Okay.
This has had some controversy.
Mm-hmm.
So every character in the game is voiced by a Japanese actor. Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and American.
Of course.
The actors for Saber and Archer will only be in Japanese. No English dub.
Okay.
The actor for Archer has said they refuse to work with a Chinese company.
I see. I get you.
And some people have speculated that Saber's actor is part of SAG-AFTRA and is just not going to work with Hoyo.
Well, after the recent news of SAG people getting recasted because they refuse to work now, I'll be honest with you, I really don't give a shit.
And to be fair,
Good
like,
riddance to poor people, I guess.
it doesn't bother me either because it's an event.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a major part of the story.
But it's gonna get worse and worse later if they choose not to voice.
Yes.
They're shutting themselves off from one of the best gacha games in the...
From one of the best gacha companies in the industry.
Yes.
I would honestly probably call MiHoYo and Shift Up the two best.
Yeah.
Well, not even in terms of like the kind of games they make, but like their popularity. Like both companies just print money. Even on the gacha game scale, they print more money than others.
Mm-hmm.
Their drop rates are ass. Well, yeah, but that's a gacha game in general. Sorry. Anyway, publisher and developer MiHoYo has announced Honkai Star Rail Update 3.4 set to launch in early next month. The new update for The Sun Is Set to Die will launch on all platforms on July 2nd, bringing with it the long-awaited Fate Stay Night, content, collaboration, and more. So, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's cool. I believe they'll be giving Archer away for free.
Do they do that? Like all the time, or?
No. Well, he'll be a 4-star. So like because like how you played Honkai Impact, so you kind of it's kind of
Yeah.
like the free unit. At least that's my understanding. I could be wrong. But Saber is guaranteed to be in the gacha.
Okay.
Archer's 5? Oh. Well, then never mind. They won't give them away for free. Hoyo started the pity system. Hoyo has a really good pity system. The only time I'd say it's bad, I think, is Genshin.
Mm-hmm.
But Genshin's the anomaly in the industry. No one talks about Fate Grand Order anymore. That game is flat out like,
Well, you really only have like the very dedicated individuals that are interested in it.
yeah. Like I used to hear people talking about it left and right, and now no one talks about it.
Yeah. Well, it's probably just because there's more interesting games that have come out.
Yeah, like MiHoYo and anything they make.
Or Nikkei. Nikkei's kind of like taken over.
Yeah. So, this is cool. I might actually get back into Starbreath with this. The problem is it requires me to like care about gotchas. And it's not like I don't care about gotchas, it's just they're a time sink.
I can't afford to care.
Is Azure Lane Hoyo? No, Azure Lane is not Hoyo. Azure Lane is which one has Azure Lane? Yostar. Azure Lane is Yostar. FGO killed a lot of support with how long. Yeah, that really didn't help because the Japanese version was like 4 or 5 patches ahead of the American version.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were done with their story for like a year before NA was done,
Right.
which doesn't help either. If they were both releasing their updates side by side, it might actually be better.
Okay.
But they weren't doing that. Also, FGO's pity system is dog. To be fair, they didn't have a pity for so long.
Well, I think that their pity coming is kind of a consequence of the game just going down.
Yeah.
Now that it's going down, they have to add something to encourage people to continue coming.
I really feel like they're in a position where they have to, if they want to continue the game, they need to have it simultaneously released between both regions. And make it more user-friendly. Almost even a way, maybe take inspiration from MiHoYo.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've clearly got the winning formula.
Yes. For the most part, yeah.
They're not done with story. We're stuck in side shit and FG. Yeah, I know FG is not done. It's just when FGO came out in the West, I played it. I played it a lot, actually. But I just couldn't bring. Once we hit the because we finished the main story and then we hit that like middle story before the next main story. That's when I stopped. Because the whole point of FGO, at least from when I played, was they want you to pay as much to get your servants. You have to keep paying more to get upgraded servants. And then like you got to keep building it up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
But then they gave bosses multiple health bars. And instead of promoting you to keep building your servants up, to push that damage cap, if you break one health bar, you don't do damage into the next one.
Yeah, so they're trying to prolong the fights.
Yep. And no, chat, you're not the only one hearing the echo. There is an echo because Akku's in the same room as me.
Really isn't that much better, huh?
I'm still loud.
Fair enough.
Let's put it this way. My father's office is right there. When my office is closed and his office is closed, he can still hear me.
Right.
So yeah, chat. We're trying to make it work, but best we can do. Power creep is yeah. So it's one of the reasons why I just stopped playing FGO. I have it on my phone. I have it on my tablet.
Well, isn't it one of those games that you occasionally log into and you get like the funny unit, and then you just do that to dab on people and then move on?
I did it to dab on a very specific person,
Of course.
and you know exactly who.
Yes.
So. Break bars his ass. Yes, we deal with them. I'll live with it. My dog wife, Vargas. I would have been content with staying with FGO, but then another friend of ours got us into Hankai Impact. And I was so glad for that, because it felt like a nice change of pace. If Hankai Impact felt like a game that respected your time as a player.
Mm-hmm.
So.
For the most part.
I mean, it was still a gotcha. They still wanted you to give them money, but it's not like they were like, the only way you can do this is you give us money. Because if you want people to give you money, a good way to do it is actually be pro-consumer to then promote them to give you money.
Mm-hmm.
So. HI3 Part 2 is a failure. I'm not surprised.
What is?
So you know, after the HI3 story ended, they moved into a Part 2 story?
Yes, and that's kind of when I stopped paying attention to it.
I think that's about when everyone stopped paying attention to it.
I know some people are still trying to pay attention into it, but I'm just like, it's like the effect with every game that has a massive story, and once the main story is basically over, a lot of people are like
they move on to the part of it is because they move on to new characters.
Yes.
And I think, and I know chat might get iffy with me about this, but you might be able to understand it because you've been playing 14 as well. Because it was like when Endwalker ended, it was like, okay, that's the end of the 10-year story. They're moving on to new stuff.
Yeah.
But stuff like Destiny, stuff like Fate, stuff like Honkai Impact 3rd, when that main story was done, they moved on to basically a full new cast of characters, and that was it.
Yeah.
14 at least keeps the Scions around, your main party. Maybe some revisions, but the core of what that was there is still there.
Yeah.
You're laughing at, I know.
I'm just laughing because I'm looking in Discord and you're like making my.
So. And plus, Star Rail existed, which Star Rail is kind of trying to tell, like it's trying to use the old HI3 characters. Like you saw Himiko, you saw Bronya, you have Mei. We're missing a few key ones, Kiana. But the core of what HI3 was is kind of there in Star Rail.
Right.
I dipped after Kiana got another form. That was okay. Flame Scion was cool though, but I dipped once the main story was done. I still need to catch up with Star Rail, but that requires me to care about playing a gacha. Sorry.
Bless you.
So I guess Sakurai got into a ounce of drama this week.
Just a tiny bit.
I actually showed this to you when we went out for food today. Apparently, Sakurai did an interview. So, Smash Bros. Director Masahiro Sakurai has weighed in on the current state of large-scale game development and the possibility of improving the situation with generative AI. IT Media was able to speak with Sakurai about various topics during the interview. And towards the end of the discussion, he was asked about his thoughts concerning the future of the games market. The outlet mentioned how development is only increasing in scale while the indie market is also growing. Sakurai ultimately feels that large-scale game development is currently time-consuming and unsustainable. Okay, you know what? Fair. I can't deny that. One possible solution he mentioned is generative AI, which he believes can be used in different ways. Sakurai said the following via machine learning or machine translation. To be honest, it's impossible to tell what's going to happen. I think we've reached a point where trying to make large-scale games like we do now is too time-consuming and unsustainable. I feel that we can't continue like this. But at the moment, the only effective solution I can think of is generative AI. I feel that we've reached a stage where we have to change our scheme, such as by using generative AI to increase work efficiency. I think we'll enter an era where only companies that can adapt well to this change will survive. To give added context, Sakurai isn't fully endorsing AI, nor is he saying the only way forward or how his games will be made. The main takeaway is that his thoughts on development becoming unsustainable relate to how the work needed to create games, which is only going up, exceeds the amount of hands available to do the work. In Japan, this is an issue in particular due to a decreasing talent pool, and bringing in talent from overseas is a challenge due to the language barrier. We previously heard Nintendo comment directly on AI last year. Shigeru Miyamoto seemed to be down on using it. Nintendo of America president Doug Bowser noted that how the company makes games will always incorporate a human touch. And I think that's true. Because
Yeah. No, yeah, I think as games evolve, you need to make some shortcuts that will still allow you to have the same quality, but also allow you to do more. Because we're kind of at that point where you need more, and can you really pay for all that many people?
Right. And some people don't seem to understand that there is a way you could do it and make it fair.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, Nintendo could make their own AI and just shove Nintendo stuff into it. And then just kind of work around Nintendo's flair and use what they own to work on that stuff.
Yep.
So it's like, are they stealing when they're only using their stuff to prop more of their stuff up? Like you could throw. Hold on.
Sorry, Chad, I'm muting it when I try to mute whenever he talks.
But I bad think of the candle makers. So there was I forget who it was. There was another developer that was making a game, and people were mad at him for using AI for it. But he even said he was only using the work of his previous games for this AI. Because it was all the same art style anyway, it was all the same stuff. So he's able to propel that forward using his own stuff. It was just easier.
No, when you look at me, your model doesn't move, right?
I know. That's why I turned the light on. Oh, that's probably going to turn off in just a minute anyway.
You should make me just a little bit bigger on the screen, just so that people know that there's two people here. Sorry, Chad. I don't know if you've been hearing me, but I told him to make me bigger.
There we go.
AI bad? AI is bad, and we're obviously going to talk about how bad AI is here soon when it comes to Mr. Beast. But I think that there are some processes where AI can be all right. Like, I think they used AI with that Spider-Man movie to assist with blending from parts of scenes. I don't remember specifically, but like, that's fine. I feel like, and again, I feel like, as games get more big or as movies want to get more expressive, you have to cut down processes that would take a lot of time that AI is obviously helping out with. And the thing that really sucks is there are jobs that will probably be lost from that. And that is just one of those things where jobs are created and lost all the time. I think people should always be looking to continue growing, and find ways to push one thing that they know how to do into another thing that they know how to do. You know, I think that AI for the art field is a little bit of a different discussion, but I think that using AI to help out with programming or a wait, why did the light just go off?
That light's been messy. I changed the light bulb about 3 months ago,
Okay,
and it's been doing that since.
interesting. Interesting. But anyway, I have a problem with how AI art is used when it comes to art. But with AI, I'm fine with it assisting in projects that actually do make things easier for humans that already are in the workforce. And it's my opinion that even if AI does take some jobs, jobs are not going to immediately disappear. There's going to be some things that humans will still innately have to do, period. I think that the AI animation stuff is probably going to be used by big companies that want to think that they can cut out CG or regular animations and stuff like that, but I don't think that's going to be a long-lasting thing. I think that there's a market for authentic movies and all that kind of shit. Yes, we are in the same room, chat. I apologize.
And if you're this is not your kind of thing, you don't like this. This will be the only Dogwave where we are in the same room. So this will not be the same way next week, because Akko will be home next week.
Yes, pretty much.
The ghosts are back, and the light just came back on. So yeah, there's a guy on YouTube who makes video game lore music. He writes the lyrics and puts them into an AI for the actual singing. Both of them are only in boxers. No, we're not. I can promise you, we're not.
No, I'm in my pants. I'm in pants and a shirt and socks because it's cool right now.
Disgusting one rumors. Akko is sleeping in a different room.
Yes, I'm. He sequestered me to a couch in his living room. Sorry, what'd you say?
Yes, I'll unmute my mic. It is better than you taking the floor.
It is. It obviously is. I'm just pulling your leg.
Oh. So, did you watch the Power World trailer?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, chat.
Just pull it up for me.
Chat. We're gonna watch the Power World trailer together.
Oh, I have to watch on your computer.
Yes.
Okay.
Here. Let me see if I can make that there. So chat can see it up there, but you can see it here.
Yeah. Is it a pull-out couch?
Technically, yes.
Technically, I wouldn't know because that's not how I used it last night.
But it is actually a pretty comfortable couch.
Yeah. I slept all right. Minus the nightmares.
Terraria collab, sick. Yeah, so Pocket Pair announced this last year. I think like summertime last year that they were doing the Terraria collaboration.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
All right, well, let's watch this then.
You can't hear it, but it actually is playing Terraria music.
I mean, I didn't feel like I needed to hear it anyway. Please tell me they're going to fight the iBoss in this collaboration. Yes, they are.
So, I believe that's not all we got actually out of this. As a reminder, chat, Power World is 25% off right now. So if you were wanting to play this update, it comes out Wednesday, and it is 25% off on both PlayStation and Steam. So it's a good time to play Power World.
Cool. That's neat.
There are rumors that the game is actually to be going for 1.0 sooner than they planned, which is concerning. But I think they've even come out and said that they are considering it, and it is because of the lawsuit. So if the game if the game goes into 1.0, it will be because of Nintendo. Thanks, Nintendo. Didn't Mizu try to force everyone to play Terraria? Just Akko. Mizu didn't invite me to play.
What, Terraria?
Yeah.
We haven't touched Terraria in like a couple of months.
It's been a while, yeah.
I mean, like, really isn't a reason. We have not just really paired up yet to do it.
Game needs a story for 1.0. I agree. The game does need a story. I've actually been thinking about playing Terraria again, even just like in my off time. Maybe like on my Steam Deck or something.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to use the restroom.
So I need to entertain chat now. Hello, chat. Oh, goodness. Chat, is there anything really interesting that you want me to talk about right now? Oh, gosh. Temp is freaking out. I don't know why. He's not even... You know what? You know what? This is funny. We're just going to watch Temp have... It really looks like he's about to... I kind of feel bad for him. Entertain us. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. This Temp is, like, legitimately... freaking out. It's really funny. He's seizing? Yes, he is. Oh no. Oh no. Temp is having a seizure. He is. YouTube, please don't take this stream down for somebody going through a health thing.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. It looks like you're convulsing.
I've specifically at Akko's mic, so I can see this happening, so the camera doesn't pick me up. Why is it doing that?
I don't want those pancakes now.
You have an Arby's sandwich right there.
No, I ate the whole thing.
Oh, you did? Well, not the fries.
I was thinking about the fries, but
Yeah, you had mediocre pancakes in the kitchen.
I do. Chat, Temp took me out to breakfast, and because we're in California, everything is expensive. We went to a restaurant, and I was like, you know what, I haven't had good pancakes in a while. And I was like, $15, but you know what, we're gonna have some pancakes. And in my personal opinion, if I really have to work with the knife that's made out of stainless steel in order to cut a pancake, it's not a good pancake.
To be fair, you also had eggs and
Bacon.
sausage.
It was good eggs and bacon, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was good eggs and bacon. But yeah, it was bad. And I do want to finish them. I literally do. But
yes, Akko's in California. Akko is fine.
yes, for the most part.
It was a really long drive yesterday, though.
And I didn't get to see any of it.
You slept for most of it.
I did. Chad, I pulled an all-nighter. If you're wondering why I pulled an all-nighter, I was watching Mizu's stream that he did the other night, which you should watch if you haven't already. And I didn't feel like I had the chance to actually sleep.
Triply expensive if you're visiting the coastal areas. Well, I won't say where I am, but where I am, it's actually pretty decent.
What is?
Well, pricing.
For what?
Just California. Like, it's not too
Yeah,
bad.
because you don't live in the city.
There you go.
Me, Ice Cube. We're not anywhere near the LA riots. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank God.
I don't know if that's where he lives, but
but yeah. So besides the trailer for the Power World Terraria update, they've also given us some hints, essentially.
the Power World?
Yes. So they've told us new monsters are coming.
Of course, some of them look very fuckable, especially the one with the big mouth.
Did you see the octopus one?
I did. That
Well,
was one of the other ones that I said is very fuckable.
Squid, octopus. I'm telling you right now, this is a Dom creature.
Yeah, that is definitely a Dom creature. If you're near cities, you're near a mob. Well, we're not near a city, thankfully. We're in the middle of nowhere.
And then we got some gameplay footage.
For the Terraria thing here.
Yep.
So I'm going to assume that all of the Terraria mobs are not going to be capturable in any way, shape, or form.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We know there are new mobs or new pals for Power World specifically, but we don't know if they're adding any Terraria mobs that will be pals. I suspect there might be one, but they haven't told us because they want to keep it a secret.
Mm-hmm.
I hear at least one of them will be. But that's the thing, is for a game like Power World, if you're going to do a collaboration like this, it's kind of like in the same vein of like a gacha game. Like if you have a collaboration with another franchise, you need to have someone from that franchise to be playable. So in this case,
Right.
having a monster from Terraria as a pal could be good. We don't know if Power World will have any other collaborations, though. This might be the only one. There are rumors that once Power World goes into 1.0, that they will be done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just going to be it. They're done. They're moving on to whatever is next. So they can avoid Nintendo's lawyers, essentially. I do hope that's not the case. Because there is a great opportunity here to do, like, post-launch updates, expansions. Because the game is clearly popular. It's just Nintendo is climbing down their throat.
Of course.
Watch me be the enemy from the Don't Starve collab. There's no way to fix... No, there's no way to fix the echo unless one of us mutes ourselves.
Pretty much. Was that me? Yes, it was. Unfortunately, TTS isn't working because I completely forgot about it tonight. If we fix up the PC tomorrow, which... Are we doing anything tomorrow?
No, we just go to bed early tomorrow.
Oh, obviously. But, like, tomorrow we could probably fix the PC for the most part. I'll probably set it up. I'm not going to promise that I'll have the exact same setup. I don't even think I'm going to have my model until I get home because this PC sounds like it'll explode if I do anything. But I will probably do some Zatsu streams after the dentist trip. We'll see. We'll see. Because that's like an all-day affair, I think. Depending on what happens, I may not be able to talk for a day, though.
Yeah.
Because if they have to... Because here's the thing. I've already had this done. If they have to take out one of these teeth and they have to fill the mouth, they have to put stitches in. Because you can't just pack the mouth and then leave it alone. They have to put stitches in order to allow the skin to heal in a natural way. Which I'm not really that excited about. But, yeah, that's what's going to have to happen. Probably not, but thank you for the 5 chat.
I'm a big fan of finished games, so if they cut the 1.0, I hope they come back to it. That's the thing is, like, getting 1.0 out early could alleviate their issues with Nintendo. Because right now, a lot of it is because they're in early access. What's wrong with the PC? It's old. Occo is on a old, late 2010s laptop. So it's old. Temp blinked very rapidly if Occo is touching it right now. Festiva for 2.
Temp blink. Thank you for the 2 Festiva. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Chat, we are raising money for a brand new floaty. I was riding down the lazy river and mine broke. So the money you send will help out for the new floaty.
I'm running on an x89 machine from 98. What's wrong with the PC? It's a laptop. like, its fans are going like a car. Like, it's
What, the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was like part of it because it was a gaming computer.
No, it's trying to do more than it can do.
I see.
And like it's doing it, but it's not liking it. It can be saved. No, it can be. I'm gonna do some work on it. Make it go a little better. I guess on the note of, stuff, chat, it has been. It's been a meme for like, I don't know, few weeks now. Ish. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is $4.
That's an old one, isn't it?
No, this is the EA one. But the game actually... Have you taken the fan apart the laptop to clean the fans? No. Not yet. What the fuck is this audio? Again, for those who don't know, me and Akko are in the same room right now. Akko is on vacation, and Akko is visiting. So if you're not a huge fan of the audio, I get it. We're going back to normal Dogwave next week. But for now...
Yes, obviously. I should be able to stream on Sunday next week. Should be.
You'll be home by then.
Yeah. I'm not saying it today, but chat. So I do get home from my vacation Saturday morning, and I have been asked to appear somewhere. I'm not going to say who, but somebody asked me to appear somewhere, and that will be exciting. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you tell me what it is.
I did. I mean, I'm obviously only going to tell like 1 to 2 people about it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
In court. Yes.
In court? No, not in court. That just reminded me, I need to make sure that my preferences for my work days coming up are set in. Because at my current job, you have to tell them what days that you would prefer not to work. Otherwise, they'll make you work every day. Not every day, but they'll put you at random days that you may not be used to.
But yeah, so Star Wars Battlefront 2 is on sale. So the game has been kind of memed lately.
Which game?
Battlefront 2.
Why?
So people have been begging EA to finally give us Battlefront 3.
Okay.
Because Battlefront 2 is 2017.
Right.
And while it didn't do great, people do want a third game now. So
Are they really sure that's what they want?
No, I just think they're desperate for anything good.
Right. Of course.
And looking back at current Star Wars, this is good. In hindsight.
In hindsight, yes, it is pretty good.
But what's interesting about this? Was Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 actually peaked 8 hours ago. It is now up to 35,892 players.
I guess that means that there are some people that want it, so.
Yeah, and it is on sale, which is also why it's peaking, because now that it's, not... Ooh... Where is it? Yeah, its full price is $40.
Okay.
Still.
And it's $3 right
It's
now.
$4, yeah.
Whatever. It's $3.99.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably buy it because I'm gonna say that's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I mean 90% off is nothing. So maybe we'll have some Battlefront 2 streams in the future. I doubt it, but I'm not gonna say no. But I know some people have been playing it. Razor and Marshall have both been playing it on stream.
Marshall
Bohemian?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, there's a few Marshalls.
No, I know. The one we had for the Warhammer stream. For when we were talking about the
Right. I remember
the
him.
female custodies and how it's not true. And I'm still not on the. I still don't believe it's true because Games Workshop has yet to truly double down on it because they seem flip floppy. Have you seen my models where they are?
Yes. You didn't show them to me.
This pile of garbage right here.
That pile of like what, $500? Oh, he's getting up, Chad. He's gonna show them to me. Oh boy. Oh man, he got the yippee slapper chat.
Oh, that's your laptop cable. I'm gonna move that. It's not helping my case.
So how much was this?
This one was 200. Feel how heavy that is.
That is not heavy at all, man. I'm sorry.
I mean,
That's
for
a weight.
plastic, this is heavy.
Listen, I'm not trying to piss off any Warhammer people because I know there's a lot of Warhammer people that are in the chat, and I love each and every one of my fans. All right, even if I don't understand it, I have to ask, why can't you just 3D print them? Why? I know that there's different filaments that can do different things. All right, legitimately, that you can legitimately get all of the stuff for this on websites, probably for free. Why are you paying that much money for it? There is no like. Now that I know about, like, listen, I would rather spend $300 or $400 or however much it costs to get a nice 3D printer to get a 3D printer. All right.
Still not helping my case.
All right. I would rather pay that much money to get a 3D printer because it's against the rules. Why is it against the rules to make your own?
Okay. Okay. It's not against the rules.
That's a shitty rule in my personal opinion. You should be allowed to add your own stuff as long as it's not like.
Here's the problem. If you're wanting to play the game, because it is a tabletop war game. If you're wanting to play that competitively, kind of like I'm gonna use Magic as a great.
So it's a pay-to-play sport where you have to pay $1,000 to play.
Yes, like so. It is actually more. It is treated better if you you have to 3D print a specific part. Say one that's out of print, or like you have a specific helmet idea.
Okay.
It is more common for people to 3D print specific individual parts than full models.
Okay. Do they copyright the models? Okay, that's not going to stop people. I'm telling you right now.
No.
People have printed ghost weapons, and I say weapons specifically because we're on YouTube. But like, I don't think that's an argument that people are just going to obey. Like, again, I just don't understand it. I feel like if you want to not break an arm and a leg, just get a 3D printer. I just don't get it.
No, yeah.
Again, maybe that's just my autism. I look at it and I'm just like, I'd rather spend $200 on a piece of art.
Don't tournaments judge? Yes. So when it comes to painting tournaments or
judging a paint job, that's fair. That's like that's like art.
So there's the what is it, chat? It's not Golden Pony. Hold on. It's called the Golden Demon. The Golden Demon tournament.
Judging for paint jobs is one thing, but again, I mean, like, are you trying to tell me that you can't get a good enough paint job off of a 3D printed one? Because I know that there's multiple different filaments for it.
At the same time, is like painting tournaments as well aren't exclusively like Games Workshop or Warhammer. But if you're wanting to play in official tournaments or anything like officially by Games Workshop or sponsored by them,
Okay.
having fully 3D printed models is not going to fly. That actually might get you disqualified.
Mm-hmm.
Which is part of the reason why people do it this way.
I see.
So it's less of they're doing it for morals, and if like some of these people do it because they want to play it, and if they want to play it on an official scale, even at like hobby stores.
Okay.
Some of these places will only accept it if you have official stuff, because official stuff has proper rules. Depends on the painter or printer. The FDM printer will add layer lines, so they will not look as good, at least without sanding. Yeah. tournaments for painting plastic doodads. Yeah, that's gay. Not incorrect. But people are pro piracy until they like the product. Well, people are even pro piracy if, like, what's going on is bad. Like, as an example, like, if Games Workshop was truly, genuinely awful, like, nothing about them was redeemable, people would happily pirate or like, print these.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, like, it probably is just like somebody that looks at money a different way, and it's just like, I don't understand why
No,
I
yeah.
would buy that. Because again, I used to be into Magic cards, and Magic is 10 times cheaper than that, and I still said this is too expensive for me. I can't donate money to this. So maybe it is just something that people that make more money than me, maybe that's a 40, 50, 60,000 bracket kind of individual that could afford that, because I definitely don't feel like I could.
Have you seen the Magic binder?
Oh, probably.
That black binder right there.
Oh, I see.
I'm not saying Games Workshop is not evil. They are very much evil. But they're not irredeemably evil garbage. The only companies that I know that I pay attention to that I would say is irredeemable garbage is like EA or Ubisoft. Because there are people with all these companies that are actually good. It's just when you get to corporate, that's when it's nasty. So, I don't know. Disney's irredeemable garbage as well. Yes. But
yeah.
What did you do?
I'm not gonna say. Just hurt my face a little bit.
Of course you did.
Chat, I'm a very fragile creature. I get too emotional. My body is falling apart at all times of the day, and I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail, but my face is hurting now.
Akko is just shaking his head.
I should just like move to California, apply for permanent disability, because like my body just doesn't want to take it. I would not actually do that, because I feel like there are people that legitimately need that, and I would feel really bad if I sat on my ass all day doing that. But no, it's a delicate flower. No, I don't think I was born as a delicate flower, because if I was, I wouldn't be able to work for Amazon at all. But
how much of the models are they just plastic? They didn't used to be just plastic. They used to be
that's
metal.
the thing. Then they are just plastic. What kind of plastic are they?
Hold on.
Are they like PVC or some shit? Is ready for my birthday? Oh man, are you ready for my birthday? Is your birthday also the same day as my birthday? Because my birthday is July 19th.
Okay, now this is according to the Brave AI, so take it with a grain of salt. The Warhammer 40k miniatures are primarily made of a type of plastic known as polystyrene.
Polystyrene.
Specifically high impact polystyrene.
I'm sure that you could 3D print with that kind of plastic. In fact, I'm gonna look up right now.
Actually, I have a counter argument to that, and this is really interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. A content creator I watch actually made a video about this. For anyone here who pays attention to Warhammer, you might know of Eons of Battle. And he recently did a video saying you can make Warhammer plastics at home now. So before, you could actually 3D print the stuff, but it was very specific. With like, if you wanted like a 1-to-1 replica, it is actually more possible now than it was even 2 or 3 years ago.
The 3D print.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
So, but now he has a video showing off tech to be able to do your own minis. The problem is that it is expensive.
Obviously.
To get off the ground, but
we have the same birthday. That's awesome. That's cool. I promise you, chat, I'll stream for your birthday. I will stream for your birthday, Keebler. I gotta start planning that when I get home.
Yeah. I gotta consider maybe doing something for you. Maybe.
Do you do something for my real birthday? Because this is not. This is the Akko birthday. I can't remember.
I think I did, but
If you did, you don't have to do something
you're
for
here.
the second
Maybe.
birthday.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Games Workshop as a company, but I do like what they produce.
Okay.
So. And that's why I'm okay. Like if I'm, that's why I'm okay with doing this as a hobby as well, because it's like
Right.
it's better than drugs. And at least this way, I'm not playing video games constantly.
Any addiction is about this on the same par as drugs, though. It will just ruin your life in a different way.
Fair.
He doesn't quite know if he wants to argue with me on that.
No, yeah. Speaking of Warhammer chat, I guess I'm gonna announce it here now. Next week, Saturday next week, we're doing Dark Tide again. So for anyone who missed out on the Dark Tide streams when I was doing them, we're going back to it because next week is when the Arbites class comes out. Which is basically just Judge Dredd. Like, you can't tell me that's not Judge Dredd.
It looks like a Centurion is what it does.
So, this is the class coming out in a couple of days. So, we're going to play it on stream on Saturday. Which is going to be good. So, if you...
Fun stuff.
So, if you want to come out and see me play it, here, it's not Judge Dredd. I know it's not Judge Dredd. It looks like it, though. That is the difference. It looks like it. But if you want to come out and see me play that, you guys should follow me on YouTube and Twitch.
Yes, follow Temp. He's only 15 subs away from being forced to play horror games, chat.
I am.
Oh my gosh, you did it. You know that goes into my chat, too.
I know. Why do you think I did it? I'm taking advantage of my situation. So, chat, if you want to see me play Resident Evil 7 for the first time, trying to hit 500 subs on YouTube. So once we hit 500 subs, we're playing Resident Evil 7. So, chat, you should follow and sub and all that fun stuff.
Indeed.
Beardmaster for 2 Canadian. Arbites comes out in 10 hours on the Steam page.
Is that a good game?
That's
do you know anything? Oh, right.
That's
okay.
the new class for Dark Tide.
Legitimately just looks like the Punisher.
Fair. It is going to be paid. I think some people have actually said that at one point they said that they're going to do like a free class update, and this is paid. But I don't have any verifiable proof of that. But people are mad at them for that for some reason. But if they didn't say it and they're just assuming. So, I don't know.
He looks like RoboCop.
RoboCop's another good example. Yeah.
No, legitimately, he's got the helmet because, like, Judge Dredd. Does he look like RoboCop?
I don't know.
No, it's RoboCop, definitely.
Definitely more RoboCop. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's
But
just
I
RoboCop.
do see what they're going for here, though.
I think you should put up a comparison photo of RoboCop. I just don't see it, personally.
Here, let's do this. I don't know, chat. What are we thinking? That? Or that?
I think it's RoboCop.
To be fair, Helldivers also did a Judge Dredd thing.
Did
They
they?
did. Hold on. I was searching for it. It just came up. Here, I'm gonna bring up the trailer for this as well. Because the Arrowhead unveiled the new War Bond.
Haven't they been review bombed again?
No, Monster Hunter was.
I could have sworn that they probably were.
No, because Helldivers got a bump in players because they removed the regional restrictions.
they did. Oh, I forgot they have cars now. The fuck are there zombies?
Yeah,
When did we get zombies?
it's the squids.
Do you think that we would get? I could run Helldivers on my machine.
On that?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, he was running on a 1060. So maybe. You could try. Yeah, they're the zombies. Yeah. No, they're basically zombies. But yeah, no. Like, so here. That's just Judge Dredd.
Sure. I guess I can see that.
Clean the goddamn cooling fans first. Yeah, no. Akka's not going to be playing much on that until I put an SSD in there. Which is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, it took like an hour to download updates for Warframe.
And you never played Warframe.
No.
So.
I almost played the fishing game that I have.
Well, yeah, your Steam Deck's charged.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. You told me that you played Half-Life on your Steam Deck.
I did. I was like, I'm not just gonna save this for stream anymore because if I do, I'm never gonna play it. Because I've unfortunately I've gotten into this habit where now I can't play games on stream because I talk about drama so much, and if I want to focus on drama, if I do reaction commentary, that'll be a little bit different. But I can't just play video games on stream anymore.
Is she on an HD? I think Akko is on a hard drive. Yeah.
On the regular laptop, yes, I think so, because this was this was in 2018, 2019. I think there were SSDs back then, but this was before I think a lot of people decided to just start switching straight to them.
Yeah, they were kind of mixed back then. Now it's purely SSDs, unless you're doing it for like raw storage.
I am the law. Thank you for the two.
Yeah, Akko just really doesn't play video games unless it's Satisfactory in Minecraft.
What's funny is my mom still thinks I'm addicted to video games.
You're really not.
No. I've had my mobile games on my phone at work more than I've kind of played video games. I mean, like, the thing is, now that I edit all my own videos and I put editing into my videos, I legitimately direct one day a week that I'm off. So, like, one of my days off, I have hump day, which literally is 6 hours after I wake up on Wednesdays. So I have to go to the store, I have to do my cleaning and my cooking and all that kind of stuff. I come home and then I have to prep for that stream, because if I don't spend at least an hour or two prepping, hump day is not a good stream. And then when we do our Wednesday night stuff is kind of when I play video games. But then on Thursdays I spend all day editing because I want to edit the videos for the rest of the week. And I really should just what I really should be doing is editing Monday and Sunday night, or Monday and Tuesday night too, because I want to try and get to this point where I'm putting out videos every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's the rhythm I want to do. So I have to edit on Thursday to do Thursday, Friday videos, and then Saturday might be the only day that I take off.
Fair.
So the next time my mom's like, "Are you addicted to video games?" Like, Mom, I am not addicted to video games. I spent less than 10 hours playing video games this week.
Yeah, you barely play any.
Which to some people might still sound like a lot. But to everybody in chat, that might not be.
Out of the two of us, I'm the addicted video gamer.
Yeah, I sometimes see that you're playing like Binding of Isaac or Night Rain, and I'm like, hey, can you do this for me? And I know it's because you're playing a video game. It's like, I know he won't say yes immediately.
On the note, you said you were stuck in Half-Life.
Yes.
Can I see?
Do you know where?
Maybe I
you
played
played?
Half-Life 1 and 2.
Let me play it. It was right after you. Oh right, here I have to quit the game I'm currently playing. I don't know how to quit. There you go. Okay. This is kind of like on the spot here. I hope it's saved because I think I saved it. So it was right after like you get into the room where the big laser thing is going on and everything blows up, and I'm trying to get out of a door, but a door's just not opening.
Okay. 10 hours a week or so, 10 hours of 160 hours, so less than 10%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really count the idle games that I have on my phone while I'm at work. I use those as like a background thing.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, it didn't save me doing the thing, so I has to do the laser thing again where it destroys the world.
I think I know where you were, though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna...
Were you playing Half-Life 1 or Black Mesa?
What's the difference? I selected Half-Life 1.
Okay. Black Mesa is the fan-made, Valve-endorsed remake.
Of Half-Life 1?
Yes.
Well, I have no idea then.
I'm going to show you. Chat won't be able to see this, but I'm going to show you. Actually, no. You know what, chat? We're going to watch the Black Mesa trailer on stream.
I don't even know how I activated the laser in the first game. I know I had to climb up the ladder, but it's just not working for me right now. Do I have to like wait for somebody to do something in order to activate it? Because I didn't actually get to play with audio either because I was on a plane and I couldn't get my Bluetooth speakers to work because I guess Bluetooth is all over the plane. Oh, there it goes. So from what little I got, like you're there to start up a laser, and then the laser destroys everything.
Mm-hmm. Fine. So this is Black Mesa.
Is it just like better graphics?
Yes.
So should I just be playing this one? How do I play that one?
You have to buy it.
Oh.
So it's not like added on to the original one.
No. So Black Mesa is it on sale? No, it's $20 usually. You might have it. Hold on. No.
Oh.
No, you don't have it.
How long is this game? Because I've told people speedrun it. Do I actually get to shoot things? Because I don't have a gun.
Yes. Yeah, you get to shoot things.
Okay, I should tell you how long I've been in the game. Don't have the right to shoot things just yet. Also, Magma, thank you for the.
You're not. You're muted.
Thank you for the 2 Magma. Did they hear anything I just said?
No.
Fuck. Should have told me that.
It's fine. Have either of you played the Portal games? We've both played Portal 1 and Portal 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
And both are fantastic games.
18-hour, really? It feel like with how long the intro was, where I'm just riding in the lift. I was like, is the entire game just riding in the lift and watching cutscenes?
No, absolutely not.
I was kind of like confused. We heard everything. Okay, good.
No, you get like the signature crowbar, you get pistols, you get rocket launcher, you get a shotgun.
Should I killed myself? Oh, there we go.
So, you're not. It's not just a cutscene simulator.
Well, that's good. I know that there's like monsters and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, if you stand in front of the door after you're trying to open it, it actually hurts you.
Uh-huh.
So do I need to take the security guard with me at the beginning?
No.
Okay, I figured as much, because he kind of like followed you.
But yeah, chat, we got... This is something I wanted to talk about. And I talked to you about it during breakfast as well.
What is it? Oh, I'm at the part where I'm stuck, by the way.
Okay.
How do I move on?
Oh.
He's helping me beat a game, chat.
Okay, this is after the casket resonance. Welcome, Merrick. How's the day so far? Yeah.
It's doing.
Oh, you have the jump button back to here?
No, the jump button's also on the buttons.
Oh, okay.
That's what the default is for it, actually.
Yeah, okay. Were you trying to go through this door?
Yeah. Am I not supposed to?
No.
Where am I supposed to go? Oh. No, that's the elevator, though. That's where I just came from. I just came up from that room. See, now he's like, now he's trying to, like, take me back to where I was. No, thank you. Unless that's actually where I need to be. He's like right
Yeah,
now.
no, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I was
What do you
right.
mean? Okay, but like this just takes me back. Like, wait, is there? Where am I going here? This just takes me back to the room. Like, that's the laser room. I think we need to solve this later because
Yeah.
I don't even think you know where we're going.
Yeah. No, I know where you're going. It's just I don't know what you did. Anyway. So. We got the season pass for Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
This is like a game that I will probably pick up just because of the memes, and I don't have the new Mario Kart, and this will be my Mario Kart. This will be everybody's Mario Kart for the generation.
Yes. So I'm gonna bring up the trailer for it because it's wild. And actually, the game looks really good too. But then SpongeBob. Like, but why?
Yeah, out of all of the games that I could definitely see SpongeBob jumping in, I would have suggested Smash before this.
Well, the difference with Smash is Sakurai came out on record saying that he doesn't want anyone that didn't originate in a video game.
Right. Which is whatever, but it is still very weird that we are getting a Sonic the Hedgehog video game with SpongeBob SquarePants in it.
Yes.
Like, again, that is...
And then they announced at the same time
yeah,
that,
exactly.
they're also getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar. Did you see the DLCs for the Racing Transform game?
No.
Okay, hold on. Oh, God. I need...
He can type very fast, chat. More than I can. It was actually, it's quite crazy.
This is just one of them. Chat, so this video is from 12 years ago.
Okay, so this is an old Sonic video game. So, are you telling me that this is the fuck? Oh, that's Gun Island. Football Manager. What?
Yeah, no, it gets weirder.
Is that from a Sega game?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense at least. Is that also a Sega game?
Yes, this is
Okay.
also a Sega game.
If it's a Sega game, I don't care, because it's a Sega game.
I need to see.
That's not a Sega game.
That is not a Sega game. Oh, so yeah, we had TF2 stuff, and that isn't even.
I mean, it was released on Steam, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this is
Okay,
PC
then-
exclusive.
Yeah, if it was released on Steam, that makes more sense.
But these aren't even all the DLCs. Did they show it off? No. But oh, let me see. Okay. You saw the title.
I did. I think everybody else did too.
So this is what the movie was coming out.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Sonic is in the Wreck-It Ralph movie.
Yes.
That's the bridge that I'm gonna make. The thing is that like all of this has kind of made sense. All right. SpongeBob doesn't. So like everything else has made sense. SpongeBob doesn't. Why does he have a car with a wrecking ball on it?
I mean, his name is literally Wreck-It.
I know, but it just doesn't fit.
So, and Chad is pointing out it's very correct. There was Danica Patrick as one of the DLCs. There's one DLC I know you know nothing about, and it will tickle your funny content creation brain.
Okay. The fuck is that? Is that Hot Wheels?
Yeah.
So Hot Wheels was a...
No. So Danica Patrick is an official racer. I think for NASCAR.
Who?
Case in point, you don't even know. A lot of people didn't even know.
So they included a NASCAR racer. Okay.
Form, I believe. Hershey sucked. Oh, fun. Where is it? Here it is. There wasn't a DLC for it. But
That was not DLC.
yes, it is.
It is not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why have I never heard of that before?
And yes, so Chad is very correct. This was actually part of a charity event.
Was it charity to him?
I was in the Sega forums when the contest or whatever was held, asking what characters player wanted the final DLC, and it ultimately came out down to Miku or Ryo Hazuki, Ryo 1. Yeah. So this was the final DLC for All Stars Racing Transformed. And I remember when this came out, and it was like, but why?
No, yeah. I agree.
It's wild.
Oh, somebody actually leaked one of the deals? That's funny. This is why you don't give content creators shit like that, chat. Because if they do, they're going to accidentally leak shit.
Yeah. And Chad is right. There was the Ryu DLC, but now like I think everyone has it. The only one that players were not given after the game was essentially killed
Okay.
was the Yogscast DLC, but that one is still available to buy. Classic sips.
Indeed. You know what's crazy? So
when
when it comes to the Yogscast,
you
they had a
I don't
I don't know if it was a predator or just like a
one of the members
was outed as some sort of sex pest. I don't know what level. Do you remember that? No. Okay. But do you know them? Okay. So, out of all the members in the Yogscast, who do you think was outed as the sex pest?
My context as for Yogscast is just I'm blanking on their names. It's just the two of them.
Don't look at chat because they've already spoiled it.
I'm not. Because when I think of Yogscast, I only think of Minecraft.
Okay.
I forget who their names were because again, I never really paid attention to Yogscast.
So there was Linus and Simon, and there was Shin and Sips, and there was Duncan, who was like the Redstone engineer, and then there was quite a few others.
Yeah.
I've mentioned the name of the one who was outed.
Was it Sips?
So what's funny is Sips is a very sexual person. He was not out. He was the first person I think some people would have guessed. But no, he is not. It was his partner Shin.
Oh, there was a raid.
Oh, we're getting raided.
There was a raid. Mad Salvi.
Oh, thank you for. Is that on Twitch?
That's on Twitch.
Oh, thank you for the raid. Very much. I don't actually have my thing pulled up in the background because I didn't log into it. But thank you so much for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Shin turned out to be innocent? Really? That's crazy. Well, I'm glad that he did because like a lot of people he was like a really beloved character. Like one of my favorite clips from the Yogscast is when they were doing a mod pack about weapons specifically, and Shin lit a bomb that literally made a black hole. And it was one of my favorite episodes because it just encapsulated all the comedy of the four main dudes and then Duncan as well. And it was just a really funny little thing. And Sips and Shin like ate a lot of shit because they destroyed a good chunk of the Minecraft world. And when Shin got outed as a sex pest, I was like, what the fuck? He doesn't even talk sexually. Like Sips's whole thing is big money, big women, big cars, or some shit like that. And so I was like, that's kind of confusing. But like, I guess if he was like exonerated, that's funny. They threw him under the bus. They did throw him under the bus. It was really sad because if he was innocent and they threw him under the bus, that sucks. Oh man, I don't know what he's doing now, but if he, big money, big women, big fun. Yes, thank you. That's what he said.
Okay, so
by the way, if you're coming in here, by the way, for the first time, this is not my normal setup because I am with my co-streaming partner here tonight. We're using one setup, and the echo is because I'm in the exact same room.
yeah, so we're making it work the best we can. But if this is not your cup of tea,
Still subscribe, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just you'll have to wait till Saturday for me to be back at my home in my rig. Just have to make sure the people that are holding onto my PC don't forget it when they come to pick me up from the airport.
yeah. So with the SpongeBob stuff, but I noticed it, and I showed it to you during breakfast today when we went out, that there was some really odd usage of stages. So it's very specifically this Apatos one.
Yes, you talked about how you think that because they did a really good job redoing. I'm sorry, how did you pronounce it?
Apatos.
I'm pretty sure it's Apatos.
Okay, fair. I mean, fair.
I'm pretty sure
That's how they pronounce it in the video game, actually.
It's been years since I played Unleashed.
It has been,
But
even though I hate the Game Grumps, I will watch their compilation of it. And I'm pretty sure it's Apatos.
Is this an Occo/Temp off collab?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna agree with Occo.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Chat, I forget the specific wording of it, but you can explain to Temp what that means.
But the stage that they showed off for Crossworld Racing, or the Racing Crossworld, is almost a 1-to-1 with Unleashed. And I think this is even more weird. So when they announced this game was coming out to begin with, they had actually shown us the pre-order pack was the Werehog.
Right.
So we're getting a cart, and we're getting the Werehog as actual racer.
And we get the stage that's a near 1-to-1.
Yeah. Which is really out of left field, because Sega for the longest time basically just kind of ignored Unleashed. Because Unleashed was one of the last games of the Dark Age. Because it was in the same year we got Unleashed and we got Chronicles. And Chronicles is what flat out destroyed the franchise for over a decade.
What has?
Chronicles.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
So they kind of just wrote off Unleashed as some like weird, like they just kind of, I think they were afraid of it for so long. Because it was in the same year that essentially what butchered the franchise.
As you do when you don't handle a lawsuit properly, and the guy that is suing you is a crazy individual.
I wonder how Roger Craig Smith will do the Werehog voice. I'm actually really curious about that.
Do you think that they'll redo the voice acting for that game? I don't see a need to.
Well, no, because he's going to end up voicing him for this.
I see.
I mean, we don't have confirmation of that, but I think it's fair to assume that they will.
I see. I guess we'll have to wait and see then.
But the reason I think this is weird is why are we getting a whole bunch of Unleashed stuff now? Because we had the Colors remaster. We had Generations remaster. So why all of a sudden are we getting Unleashed stuff?
You posited that we might be getting a remake. Probably.
Well, I'm saying remaster. I honestly don't think Unleashed to this day is probably still one of the best looking Sonic games ever made. Even better than like current stuff.
Right.
It's weird to say that Unleashed on the PS3 looks better than Frontiers on the PS5.
That would be interesting. I guess I would like to see the refresh if they refresh the graphics, they better not touch the opening cutscene. It don't need touching.
Oh, it doesn't need touched.
I wish all of the cutscenes looked that nice, actually.
Well, so chat, this is actually a mild theory. Is late last year, we got the was it this year actually? The Unleashed decompiled.
I think it was last year in 2024.
Yeah,
I think
it was tail end of last year if we got it. So I don't know. I think the decompiled remaster definitely caused some desire because people have been begging for a remake for a remaster for years.
So you said that'll be workable on the Steam Deck?
Yes, should be.
Cool. It's one of the other things we have to set up.
Remember, Unleashed came out when game developers actually had talent and weren't DEI hires. Well, I know, but there also was the point of, and I saw some people mention it in videos, where that was during a time when Sega really didn't care about Nintendo. Like, Unleashed came out on the PS2 and it came out on the Wii, but
it was the less superior one.
It was
told.
It was absolutely less superior. Like, it sucked compared to the PS3 360 version.
Which is insane because I always really loved the Wii version, even though I could never finish the game.
I have the Wii version. What
do you not like about it?
It was fine, and then I played the PS3 version, and then it wasn't fine.
Yeah.
So, but the common theory is that because Sonic games before, so Unleashed and Lost World were both contracted by Nintendo because Nintendo funded those two. But that means they were exclusive to the Wii and the Wii U. Actually, no, and Colors on the DS. But because of that, their graphical limitations were lowered because the Wii and the Wii U were not as strong as like the PS3 and 360.
Right.
And then they kind of just kept going on with that because Generations was really pushing like what it could do with because it was at the tail end of the 360 and PS3.
And that was in the same engine?
Yeah, that was the same engine as Unleashed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for the 5 mercenaries. Sonic Unleashed PS3 is better than the Wii U version. Didn't understand why anyone liked that version more, and I bought that game on the whim. Yeah.
So, with the other versions, people actually thought maybe that the reason why they kind of reverted back to kind of looking weird and choppy after Unleashed was because of Nintendo. But I don't know how much I believe that, but at the same time, I also do, because a lot of those same games were the same across all platforms, and they had to make it work on Nintendo hardware, even though Sony and Microsoft hardware was just superior in terms of like performance and hardware.
Right.
And I think it definitely came to a head with Frontiers, because Frontiers pushed it. I think Frontiers definitely tried bringing back that Unleashed flair, minus the cutscenes.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see. But we are coming close to that point in time when we're kind of due for a new 3D game.
A remake is not a new one, though.
Right, but they could give us a racing game and then tide us over with a remaster until 2027? Because they're probably going to want the next 3D game to come out in 2027, the same year that Sonic 4 comes out.
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So realistically, I mean, this game comes out in September. So we're probably getting this for September. And then I'm going to guess an Unleashed remaster in 2026. And then the next mainline 3D game in 2027.
Right. I guess we'll have to wait and see then.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I've been into more of a Sonic mood. I know Akko can attest to that because you saw me reading comics earlier today, just on a whim.
You were?
Okay, you didn't see that.
Was that in here?
That was in here on my computer.
And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't. I was paying attention to other stuff.
It's been almost 3 years since Frontiers came out. Exactly. It's been a bit.
I still need to finish the DLC for that.
I do too. Where's Discord?
Side note, some people came and said they wanted to know if I saw the gym stream. I watched like the first 2 hours of the gym stream chat. I don't know how much longer it went afterwards. I heard there was a lot of question asking. Heard a lot of people were upset that the stream actually happened in the first place. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was nice. A lot of people are upset because oh gosh, anime people. And you should show that to chat. Now that you show that to me, you gotta show that to chat. No, but like people are upset because Kirsch doesn't disavow Lolly, which I you can like or dislike Lolly. I dislike Lolly Khan, which is pretty big difference in my personal opinion. But like people think that she is a predator, which I think is obviously wrong. And potentially defamatory in my personal opinion. But like I just think it's really funny. A whole lot of people are upset at Medicare. A lot of people that are fans of Medicare, or I guess were fans of Medicare, are upset because he decided to stream with her, and it's just kind of funny, just a little bit funny, you know. But yeah, it was a decent stream. I saw that he read my super chat, which was nice. It was I sent him a super chat because I didn't know if they were gonna bring up they weren't real fans. Actually, the one of the first people I saw getting upset is the person that normally does archives for him, the Zern person. They legitimately started going crazy saying that Jim is basically okay with MommaOcco now, which I think that is pretty insane. You know MommaOcco, right? Or you've heard of him? MommaOcco came out and unironically tried to talk about how the age of consent should be lowered and all that kind of shit, saying that he was basically, and everybody he was joking about it, and they found out he was actually not joking about it, and he got deported back to his country. If I remember correctly, and now everybody's like, oh my gosh, Jim is walking back his MommaOcco takes because Jim debated him and like utterly ruined him. And so a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, since he talked to Kirsch, he's now okay with MommaOcco, and it's just like that is a conflation that is insane in my personal opinion, absolutely effing insane, if you know what I mean. So you know, people are mauled. A lot of I am assuming what's going to happen now is the Kino Casino is going to come out and disavow Jim because he decided to have an anime woman on stream, which is really funny because here's the thing that's really funny to me. Jim is I mean, obviously he's a special guy. A lot of people take him very seriously. A lot of people enjoy what he does. But like, I think a lot of people take him more seriously than they really should. At the end of the day, Jim is a guy that creates good content. You can be funny. You can pretend that he's your dad. You can buy one of his hats and all that kind of stuff. But take it way more seriously than I think they should. I think at the end of the day, you know, he can say something you like, say something you don't like. As far as I know, Jim has not said anything that I inherently dislike or have been upset with. I'm sure that maybe he could say it something one day, because no two humans are going to agree on everything. I know that you and I probably disagree on something, but it's just like the fact that people are like, oh my gosh, 10 years of goodwill flushed down the toilet because he let an anime woman on stream that has a lolly avatar and has the crying face emoji on her as a emo, is just like, you guys calm down. The anime prejudice, it is real. And listen, I think what I'm going to do, one of the streams I want to do is where I want to go over the stream in depth a little bit. I was on with Sparky earlier, the evil dreaded Sparky earlier today, and we were just talking about it a little bit, but I do want to do a stream where I just go through it a little bit. Who's giving Jim purity checks? A lot of people on the farms who said that they liked him are like upset with him. One of his archivers is like really up. One of his archivers that archives every single one of his streams and archived every single one of his streams and uploaded them on their channel. He's upset with Jim. I don't know if I mean, he hasn't. I don't think he said he won't archive it anymore. But like, he's definitely upset with Jim, and is saying that Jim is now okay with pedophilia, I guess. So. It's really funny. It really, really is funny. But yeah, I think a lot of people are upset, and I think that's dumb because it's just like, again, I agree that a lot of lolicon stuff gets me upset on the inside. That's why I don't pay attention to it or like it, you know? I personally think that a lot of people take it out of proportions and are trying to assign malice to something that I just think that it's just like, listen, bro, if you don't like it, just don't pay attention to it. If they have more red flags, if they start talking about age of consent, removing the age of consent, or map shit, that's when you should start paying attention to them and grabbing the pitchforks, in my personal opinion. But, I don't know. I think the people that are acting like this are going to mold. I am expecting a very legendary stream on Friday when Mad at the Internet happens. I'll be listening to that. I don't know. It is just kind of silly. It comes off as hypocritical. I don't know. The thing is that, and I talked about this with Sparky earlier, the thing that some people forget is that Jim likes some of this more internet niche stuff. It's just that he's also willing to make fun of everybody that's also into it, if that makes sense. Occo Lolly is never happening. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, if there is a Lolly model, which I cannot confirm or deny because I don't have anything promised. I wouldn't mind a lolly model. I'm just not into lolicon. I feel like there's a massive difference. Massive. There's a massive difference that people need to learn. But I don't know. I think that Jim has been pretty consistent. I would say that he made fun of bronies, but I also think he doesn't mind it. I think he likes anime, but he'll also make fun of the anime people that are stupid and cringe. And I feel like that's a good take to have. You know? But yeah, I know a lolly model artist. Well, I don't need a lolly model artist right now. I just need time. The individual that I was thinking of just needs time. So, but I don't know. I thought the stream was good so far. I was really hoping that he would talk more about Short Fat Otaku because I sent in the super chat to just be like, well, don't let the internet forget that Short Fat Otaku tried to dox you. And he and Kirsch talked about it for 10 minutes, and then they moved on. And it's just like, yeah. Short Fat Otaku tried to dox this guy, and that was one of the biggest things where I was just like, that's the one thing that I think everybody needs to remember. So, you know, I don't know. That's not true. I literally saw the video of it. I'm sorry. I literally saw the video of him trying to do it. I watched the stream. So I'm sorry, but that's what I remember. Unless there is a damning thing, but I saw the archive of the stream. It was sent to me and I rewatched it. So whether or not it was a quote unquote joke or he didn't have it or did have it, he at least pretended to do it. So I watched him do it. So he failed doxed. I'm not gonna say he actually did it, but he at the very least lied about it or tried to do it. I'm sorry, but like that's what I saw. I mean, like I've argued about it in DMs with him for a while. It's like, Dev, I saw you do it. I saw this. So, you know, I don't know. I just don't want. Listen, you can move on from it. I'll never forget it. Anyway, I think we should move on from that. I don't think there's much else to really opine on that, if that makes sense.
No, yeah.
He has apologized. I mean, if he apologized for it, great. Perfect. I still don't forget people that dox. All right? If you dox somebody, like, there are certain actions that if you do it, I will always look at you and wonder if you are capable of it again. Because the act of trying to reveal somebody's private information, it is always ever done in terror. So, always. I don't think anybody, and if you try to argue that if it's not done in terror, I'm sorry. But trying to reveal private personal information or even joking about it is a lot for me, and I think that's gross. So I know you're a mod, and listen, again, I don't like, and I have told Dev, I was like, this is one of the biggest things I dislike about you. Oh wow, YouTube, the YouTube page died. I didn't know it did that on all. I thought it was just on. That's crazy. I can tell you it's not real. So are you telling me that the VOD that I watched and all the individuals that I was like, is that real? And they said yes. Are you telling me that everybody that I've I've reconfirmed it with is wrong? I wasn't in the stream when it happened, but I watched it. I don't know. Maybe the VODs that I watched are all doctored. I have no idea. But I don't know. I don't want to argue about it because again, it's just like I think that it's something that you can laugh about and then move on, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a discussion for another time, but I legitimately look at it and don't believe my lying eyes. Okay. I've been told that I've been wrong about a lot of things recently, but I don't know. I don't know. I just think that I don't like it when people even joke about it. So, what do we have next? Do you want to talk about Adi Shankar?
Yep, because I figure we'll probably end up spending quite a bit of time on Mr. Beast.
It's possible, yes. We haven't even gotten to Mr. Beast yet, Chad, if you're interested.
So, this week, literally 2 days ago, Adi Shankar, for those of you who don't know what he's done, the Castlevania and Devil May Cry Netflix shows.
Okay.
He butchered both of them. And now he came out this week and said he bought the rights for Duke Nukem.
Okay. How much does that cost?
Does the article talk about it? Do you want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah, go right ahead. I'll mute.
Okay. So, oh my god. All right. Adi Shankar moved to America just 2 days before everything went to hell. Well, that, following a dramatic childhood where his family changed homes constantly, pinballing from Kolkata to Mumbai to Hong Kong to Singapore. The future film and TV producer arrived in the States at age 16 to attend boarding and blah, 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 whatever. A week after Devil May Cry premiered on Netflix, Shankar sat ringside at WWE's Monday Night Raw. He dressed like a show's protagonist, Dante, a half-human, half-demon, all-too-cool bounty hunter, thrust into saving the world by the U.S. government on the eve of apocalypse. Again, that's Netflix. The getup, which he tells me was intentionally bad cosplay, consisted of a silver white wig and blood red leather trench coat that reflected the lights of the T-Mobile Arena in Kansas City. When the cameras pointed his way, Shankar didn't flash a smile, nor did he wave with an overpriced beer in one hand. Instead, he silently pointed to the rafters and to the heavens, to a manner evocative of hardcore wrestling legend Sabu, who died a week later on May 11th. I wanted to be a professional wrestler, Shankar tells me. A week later, if you're a wrestler, you live the gimmick. It's a 360-degree art form. It hardly surprises me that Shankar harbored wrestling dreams because he played the heel through his career. During his runs, making movies starring Neeson and Wahlberg, Shankar surfaced at red carpets in Kiss-esque eye makeup, flowing raven hair, and rock star leather and denim. These days, you'll find him in a suit, but don't call him a sellout. One thing to learn from wrestling is that you have to keep reinventing yourself, he says. Like when Chris Jericho dropped the long hair and became a riff of Javier Bardem in Country for No Men, or No Country for Old Men. Okay, where do we get to, the part where, I don't know, you talk about it? No. So, what do you have coming next? I got video games in production. Obviously, more Devil May Cry. I'm sorry, Devil May Cry fans. I'm being approached with different IPs and companies that want to work with me. I bought the rights to Duke Nukem. Not the gaming rights, but I bought it from Gearbox. What's your vision for Duke Nukem? It's a middle finger to everyone when Duke Nukem blew up a bunch of middle people that are trying to turn it into a brand, when it's just a middle finger. Duke Nukem can't be made by a corporation because the moment a corporation makes Duke Nukem, it's no longer Duke Nukem. I don't intend on having anyone tell me what to do on this one, and that's why it's going to fail.
I mean, based off of his track record, I think that anything that he does should be written off immediately. I'm sorry, but he really produced nothing but slop.
Yeah. What are your plans for Devil May Cry Season 2? My plan was always to build and expand Devil May Cry. Season 1 had to be the gateway drug, but Season 2, the storytelling is going to pivot. Season 2 is going to be different, stylistically and tonally, from Season 1. Virgil is a big, very important character. It's essentially a new show. I have goals. I want to body Arcane, surpass it in viewership. Arcane is the Joker lightning cash on fire, and it's great. With Season 2 of Devil May Cry, I want to beat them. Show up to a tank fight with a water balloon and destroy the tank, because that's cool. I mean, that is cool, but he's also an idiot.
Adi?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes. Anybody can do stuff like that, though.
So yeah, I don't know. There wasn't a lot to go on here with Devil May Cry, not Devil May Cry, Duke Nukem, but he bought the rights to produce Duke Nukem. So if you had any hopes that the franchise is gonna recover from the shit show that was Duke Nukem Forever, you can forget about it. He also lied before. Yeah, he did. So yeah, it's a big old lot of no. So be ready to not care.
When is it coming out? Has he said, or
No, he just says he bought the rights.
Okay, so we can expect that something will happen in a couple of years, allegedly.
Yeah. My guess is he'll finish Devil May Cry, and then he'll move on to Duke Nukem, unless he has a contract for something else. Arcane Season 2 sucked. I have not watched Arcane Season 2 yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I enjoyed Season 1, but I don't know. My model froze. There we go. I don't know. All right, chat. Do we want to get to like the meat and potatoes of tonight?
Yeah, I'll talk for a few more minutes and then I'll be ready.
Oh, okay. Okay, from the bathroom break, what? From the Jim Kirsha stream, what I miss? You miss Akko talk about it.
Yes, I did talk about it. I mean, we could talk about it a little bit more after. I almost said Medicare for a moment after Mr. Beast, but yeah, we did talk about it for a little bit.
Trust me, Temp, you don't want to watch Season 2? There's one reason I don't want to watch Season 2, and it's not a good reason. But there is the lesbian scene.
From what?
Arcane Season 2.
Oh, I don't. The thing is if it fits, it doesn't matter, and most people probably don't care about it.
Oh yeah, no. But it can be hot. Oh god. The censorship in China was hilarious. Yeah. Arcane was censored in China, and that was great. Hi, Akko. I heard your super chat on the gym stream while I was on Kirsha's stream.
Oh, nice. I sent him like 2 or 3. I think one of them is where I said, please get better. I don't know if he read all of them.
Rare China W. Yeah, because they deleted Vi or Caitlyn from that scene. So there was like she was kissing midair.
Uh-huh.
Funny. Isn't Caitlyn and Vi a canon couple? I don't know. To be fair, Vi and Jinx weren't originally sisters. And now they are, according to Arcane. Oh, Akko, you missed my super chat about Short Fat Otaku?
Did I? My apologies. Hold on. We are going back to No Dev 2025 and honestly No Dev 2026, but
forgive but never forget. Never ever forget. Wolfbane for 2.
Amen. And then also Mercenary said, saw Jim Foxu interview, got a Jim hat for Kirsch plushie. We'll put it on her for plushie take over the world meeting with other plushies. That's terrifying. And then Mercenary, I couldn't send supers to Jim, only Kirsch. Yeah, Jim had his supers disabled. A lot of people tried to say that that was because he didn't want Kirsch to handle scary things, which is kind of dumb because she had her super chats on. You know what was crazy about that? So there's the KF, obviously. And for the most part, when they're not being a little crazy, they're just fine with archiving information. And they do have the rule of don't touch the... And I think for the most part, most of them are going to say that they are going to follow that. I would say that you're going to have to like that they don't do it. Like if they show proof that they're doing it on the website, you get removed for it, which is nice. There is another faction on the internet that's bleeded a tiny bit into the KF called the Soyjack Party. And they actually dox people. They actually encourage gay ops, and they actually encourage you to go and shit up places. They to throw Medicare's docs in her super chat, which is not good.
No.
So I imagine if he had his super chats on, that's probably what would have happened there. But like, I don't know why his super chats are off. And because you could still donate memberships and give super stickers, which is another thing that I noticed not a lot of people know about. But you couldn't super chat, and I was actually looking through my earn section to see if you could turn off super chats. You can turn off super chats, but I don't know how. Like he would be barred from doing it. I don't know. I think there are going to be some people just saying, "Oh, he did it because he wanted to keep her safe" or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't really care. My personal opinion. So I see Mizu's playing Night Rain right now.
Mizu is playing Night Rain.
Yeah,
He's
he's trying to chill. I think.
Fair. Oh.
Anyway,
let's go to Mr. Beast.
Okay. So, chat, this is the meat and potatoes of tonight. So, this is how I learned about it. And it was a Reddit post on the YouTube r/YouTube subreddit of Jacksepticeye saying, "What the actual fuck?" And he used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into. Fuck AI. I mean, there is a point when you can say that.
Yes, it is kind of. That tells me that at the very least he didn't ask to include some of these figures. Maybe I don't know if he asked to include any of these figures.
There are 3 on here that I recognize, not counting the Mr. Beast one over here.
I see Marcus Brownlee in there as well.
I forget all the names. Like I forget this last name. Like Nick. He's a chef.
Yeah.
Content creator.
It's Marcus Brownlee.
Yeah, and then I know who he is. I just forgetting what his name is. But he recently did a lot of different, like we're reviewing different YouTubers' products, videos. People telling people you can steal other people's thumbnails to make your own with generative AI is evil. Yeah. Oh, is there a Moist Critical one here?
I think Moist Critical is the one right next to Jacksepticeye.
Well, which one's that one? Is that?
That's Jacksepticeye.
So it's this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we've got the website, more specifically the Twitter page. Oh. Followed by Neon.
Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. So, ViewStats, from what I understand, is a website that there's already been a couple websites like it before. I'm surprised that it is as expensive as it is. But it's basically a website that analyzes your videos and tells you what you can do. It's an AI analysis machine that says this is what you could do to get better views on your videos. These are the tags you should be using. This is it, and it's mildly useful, I would say. I've used other websites that are somewhat similar, but I don't feel like it actually is super duper useful in the long run.
Right.
Sorry, I saw somebody super. I'm going to pull back up my stream here. But it's a service that exists, and now Mr. Beast is expanding this service to use AI specifically. Thank you, chat, for meeting the goal, by the way. I very much appreciate it. Since you have given me another floaty, we're going to start a new goal for ice cream that I cannot eat.
Actually, on that note, there are keto ice cream bars in the fridge. We might be able to have one of those.
It's got dairy in it? If it's dairy, that's the thing that kills me, man.
We'll find out after stream.
So... But he recently has updated this website to allow you to do AI thumbnails. And people are saying that some of the thumbnails he used in that video are taken from other YouTube channels, which it's kind of crazy, but what are you doing? Did you get that stuck in your foot intentionally?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna pick it up.
Yeah, so he came out with this thing. Unfortunately, he deleted the original video for it, because he removed it. A lot of people got on Mr. Beast and he removed it. I don't know what so much was what he said afterwards, but a lot of people are upset with this. A lot of people are upset with this. It's kind of crazy.
Like, he posted a video about it, and then Drama Alert posted a video about it, and then both of them removed it. So the only way that I saw about it was the image here from Jacksepticeye, and that tweet is still up. But
Yes,
the
I mean,
drama-
like, there's no reason for him to remove it.
No, yeah. So, but people are a little mad about the pricing.
Yeah, the pricing is the part where I think a lot of people are going to get the most upset. So just starting off, the pro thing right there, $50 a month. I would not pay $50 a month for a thing to tell me how my thumbnails are doing, to give me research and all of this kind of stuff. I would not ever in a million years pay $50 a month for that. I pay $10 for very select services that add up to $50. But $80 a month gets you AI credits, and these AI credits allow you to generate viral thumbnails. And my assumption, like, I don't know this for a fact, but my assumption is he's probably like scraped the YouTube AI and taken the thumbnails from YouTube in order to put it into a collection that will assist in making those thumbnails. Don't know if that's true, but like, if he is putting in thumbnails that people are saying that they've recognized and have come from other stuff, I'm going to imagine he's like eaten a little bit of that in order to get his thumbnails. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'd be very fine to say that I'm wrong, but like, it's really insane in my personal my thumbnails are made in MS Paint. My thumbnails are made using Canva, and I do pay to use Canva because Canva has a lot of different services that I think are kind of useful and needed. It allows me to do background remover and Sorry, Temp showed me something, but I find this incredibly weird. Just to make thumbnails. I know that there's probably a lot more that goes into that, but it really rubs me the wrong way. And then the business one too is $250 starting at, which means it could cost more if you're a business individual. So you can't even like buy it. You have to book a phone call with them, and it starts at $250. I don't understand that. I don't get why it's that expensive. I don't feel like there's a need for it, in my personal opinion.
No, yeah, there really isn't. Let's see. Nope. So we were looking for the video or any video from Mr. Beast today about this, because that video was gone. And in our searching for that video, we saw a video from what? I'm blanking on his name.
Some ordinary gamer.
Well, I know, but you had another name for him.
Mudahar?
Mudahar, that's it. I don't watch these people, so the names are not taking up space in my brain.
You could have just remembered him as the guy that cried over the Switch.
Yes.
Can you stream this to like me so I can listen to it?
Yes, I can.
Thanks.
So chat, we're gonna watch this video. Let me pull up the React so you all can hear this. So we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch this Mudahar video.
Hello, guys and girls.
So what? That's 2 weeks in a row we're watching a Mutahar video.
No, we didn't watch one last week.
You're muted.
What?
You were muted when you said that.
We didn't
watch one last week.
I thought we watched the one about the Switch last week.
Yeah,
But last week we had Paperback Boy on, so that wasn't last week.
We didn't watch that with him.
No.
Oh, okay.
We
watched that with Leon.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right, chat. So we're gonna kind of be sitting down and reacting to this.
Tells me Mutahar, and you know, I'm researching a terror attack that's being planned on Roblox right now. So you know, if that idea interests you for a second, if your eyes lit up, you're like, whoa, what'd you say? What did you say? I got a video tomorrow. It's a longer video. I'm doing a lot of research for it. There's a pretty big child safety problem on Roblox at the moment. Okay, but I need to get all my bases together so I don't get sued.
I can't hear it.
And you know, even then.
No, I can't.
You mute it?
No. Is it because I mute you?
Yes, that would do it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that would do it.
Alright, go ahead.
And ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm
No.
putting it together, I'm editing, and I'm a one-man team. Right? You know, and the reason why I'm a one-man team is I follow a mantra.
I must just be retarded because I can't hear it. Hold on a moment.
Can I turn up the volume? I can't. Yeah.
Just my output speakers. Are my speakers on?
Chat. Akko's retarded. The headset was off.
Okay, turn it on. You can play it now.
The shit-eating grin you have?
You don't have to like play the first 30 seconds because it's probably just like, hey guys, it's me Mutahar here, and we're gonna talk about this today.
On YouTube called Broadcast Yourself. You know, the first time YouTube came out, it was really just broadcasting yourself. It allowed every person on the internet a chance to upload themselves onto the internet and make a name for themselves. And I think some of the most popular, like, you know, channels on the internet are the ones with like really energetic, magnetizable, unique personalities, right? I think that's really what drives YouTube. Now, the reason why I'm making this video today is I saw something from the largest content creator on the platform, Mr. Beast, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mr. Beast is somebody that's been in his own level of hot water, but this one is kind of about, you know, what he's bringing to YouTube, right? What kind of content, you know, assistive tools he's bringing, so to speak. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, he has this company called ViewStats, and they basically launched AI-generated thumbnails. Give me some of that AI-generated slop, ladies and gentlemen. You know, YouTube has a feature like that on their platform. You know, it's the inspiration tab in the studio. And let me tell you, it generates some of the most ass thumbnails that I personally have ever seen. Now, of course, to go to ViewStats, ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of like a successor to Social Blade. Just throw in any channel over here and boom, you can basically see all their stats and shit. Now, of course, when you go down, they have a paid option. You can get the Pro plus AI option, ladies and gentlemen. And what do you get for $80 a fucking month, by the way? Well, you get a full suite of AI credits a month, generating viral thumbnails, styling those thumbnails to any channel, and of course, face swapping, recreate thumbnails, even access to a super special Discord. Now, on a surface level, I don't think this is actually all that bad. He's providing some tools for the, I guess, up-and-coming creator to get into it. But let's look closer into this AI generation tool, and let's point out the big red flags associated with this. Let's go.
There's a new way to make professional-looking viral thumbnails with zero Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them.
Oh, he
from
just took
creating
the video
custom
and played
results
it.
from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail.
I'm beginning to wonder if any of these creators that he showed actually gave permission. Seems like Jacksepticeye
Sounds like they didn't.
I mean, I wouldn't have. But how do all these creators, these big popular guys, come together into this thumbnail generator? Well, let's see.
This is the home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it'll use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example, let's say you're Mr. Beast. You would just type in Mr. Beast here. Now it's gonna look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them. And for the prompt, I'm gonna type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail with me dangling on the side of a volcano.
Now, the Oxford definition for the word inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. Now, I think the word inspiration that Jimmy is using here is pulling a lot of heavy lifting. So basically what this AI seems to be doing is scraping YouTube channels that you provided for their thumbnail styles, their thumbnail efforts, and just regurgitating their thumbnail style for your video. That's really the inspiration that's being provided, right? So effectively, the big problem, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, is Mr. Beast is just straight up scraping for other thumbnails, okay? All of the other YouTubers that are putting in effort, you know, even hiring thumbnail artists, you know, they're the ones that are getting screwed over the most, right? But I'll give you a good example of how deep this level of, inspiration goes. Now, I don't really, make custom art for my thumbnails. I really don't go down that road. But the few times that I've done it, one of them came from a good friend of mine, Novika, or Imaru. You might know him from, like, the My Immortal readings, you know, a lot of other, troll pasta readings that I did years ago. He's a good friend of mine, and he has a really good thing going where he's an artist, right? He draws a lot of art for the Sonic community, Sonic, content creators, and he's had an art style that he's put together years into developing. Now, all of a sudden, if you go into my channel, for instance, and you dig up videos from him, like he made one thumbnail art for me years ago, where I was talking about GTA 3, something about the Dark Hell character, and, it was his art style. Now imagine if a tool like this just scrapes my channel for his art style. They're not really just stealing from me, they're also stealing from the actual human being that I hired to do this artistic work. So again, inspiration is doing pretty heavy lifting over here. And the thing about any of this kind of stuff is, thumbnails are important, right? Like if you're...
No, I've not commissioned this artist.
What artist?
The artist is talking about because they do Sonic stuff.
Oh.
And their chat's like, but have I commissioned them? No. Not opposed, but no.
If you're a YouTuber, a thumbnail is very important to the game. It's kind of like walking into the red light district on a Thursday evening. You want to be the prettiest C-section scar because realistically, people only have like a few impressions they want to click on. You want to be the one at the top of the impressions click. So obviously that's the importance of a thumbnail. Now me, I don't really care. I come from that old mantra of broadcast yourself. Like for me, YouTube is like a personal diary. Whatever I'm interested in, I kind of post. And it really doesn't matter to me. Like I'll make a thumbnail for things that I feel need a thumbnail, but sometimes if my face works, maybe I might stretch it out a little bit, goatsy style. It really doesn't matter to me, okay?
Dude, never say that again. I never want to imagine that ever. Thank you.
I just like making what I want to make, and if I don't look at things like CTRs and like retention rates or any of the math and graphs related to it. I feel like if that was my job and that's what YouTube became, I would probably be burnt out in a matter of like, I'm not joking, weeks, okay? Because that is probably the most annoying part of YouTube, but not really for Mr. Beast, okay? Because it seems...
No, Akko didn't leave.
No, I didn't leave. I've just been listening.
Seems like for him, content creation is more like speed running your way to actually getting virality. But let's watch more of this. Now I
Never say goatsy and my face in the same sentence.
I'm sorry?
Did you miss that?
No, I didn't miss that. I'm just...
Are you listening to the video?
I'm listening to the video. You caught me off guard.
have seen jizz moppers with more soul in their eyes than Mr. Beast when talking about, I guess, his brand, if you will, content creation. Obviously, this image to me seems pretty AI generated, and obviously if it works for Beast and he's trained it off of his own content, I guess that's totally fine. Obviously, it must work for shorts. Clearly, the world's largest YouTuber knows a thing or two about virality. But the problem with this is he's created a piece of content, he's created this like system that is completely okay with inspiring itself from other people's channels, right? Now, obviously, a lot of creators are not like Mr. Beast. They put a lot of actual thought into their thumbnails. The thumbnails are part of the actual, production process. And again, the kind of tool that Mr. Beast is creating, let's be completely real, is not meant for the up-and-coming creator. It's meant for the channel that likes to throw out 10 uploads a day and find out the absolute cheat code methods to virality, right? Because for a lot of content that's on YouTube, when it comes to the AI-generated slop that's out here, a channel that uploads 10 videos a day, they're okay with 9 of their videos completely getting like 5 views throughout its lifetime. But as long as they get that one video that's pulling out like 10 million views, that's all that really matters, right? That's the kind of market that it seems Mr. Beast is really headed out to. Not the actual creator that wants to create a meaningful video that people remember for years down the road. This is something that obviously is designed to maximize CTRs and maximize these numbers. The kind of creator that Mr. Beast is going for, and again, this is just a little rant on Mr. Beast as a creator. This guy seems like YouTube for him is like an EVE Online player, okay? It's not about exploring space or anything. It's about firing up spreadsheets at this point. And that's really the kind of vibe that I get that feels like the kind of creator that they're going for. Now, even if these tools are made for the actual user, I am not a Windows sommelier like many of Mr. Beast's consumers here or many of Mr. Beast's viewers. I really do feel like, again, the primary market for this is obviously the business enterprise model, right? Just to sell this to like big companies like Amazon or Pepsi or any of these big conglomerates, to sell them the secret sauce for virality in the online space. I really feel like that's what this kind of stuff is effectively.
It really is
made
what
for.
it is. These companies are really just trying to sell you the next big thing.
No, yeah.
And that's the problem I have is people are trying to bottle up quote-unquote success and then try and sell it to you, when in reality a lot of this information is free and it can be given away for free, and people are dumb enough to not realize that you can get a hold of it for free. So that's really who Mr. Beast is marketing to.
Oh, yeah.
That's where my theory crafting is sort of going. But again, I really can't peek into the mind of anybody to verify that claim, but that's just what's been floating in my head. Ultimately speaking, these thumbnail generation tools are tools that are first and foremost designed to inspire. And let's be completely real, in my opinion, I don't think this is so much as inspiration as blatant art theft or thumbnail theft from other much larger, much more beloved creators in the space. That's really the thing. And it's not even just those creators that it's hitting. It's the people that those creators, like I said, hire to produce this kind of stuff. And it would be fine for me if all of this was just Mr. Beast's trained information. But the fact that he's creating tools that are just now scraping from other creators is insane. And one thing I also wonder is how legal this is, or not legal is the best term, but how allowed this is from YouTube's perspective when you look into their TOS. When it comes to YouTube's terms of services, accessing the service, this is the permissions and restrictions, using any automated means such as robots, botnets, or scrapers, except A, in the case of public search engines, which ViewStats is not a public search engine from my understanding, in accordance with YouTube's robots.txt file. So, the TXT file in any website that tells you how scrapers should work, what they can use, what they can avoid. And of course, with YouTube's prior written permission. So I don't know if YouTube gave him necessary permission for it, because YouTube does train a lot of its engines, or Google trains itself on YouTube. Obviously, that VO3 stuff we looked at a week ago, that looks really good because YouTube is basically training that or Google is training VO3 off of all of the data ever provided to YouTube. Now, the thing with VO3 is obviously as content creators on YouTube, we have a deal kind of in a way, right? Through the terms of service we sign. That, yes, for the unlimited bandwidth space that I guess we have, obviously YouTube is going to take their cut and they're going to be using our videos to train their big AI software. Now, if you disagree with this, obviously you can stop uploading, but YouTube also provides an option to remove our content from like AI training. I don't know if what Mr. Beast is doing is entirely kosher, but I guess we'll let Google and Mr. Beast company basically decide that together. When we use the term inspiration, it's not the same inspiration that humans, sentient human beings, feel. Again, I feel like a doctor trying to explain like how fucking medical procedures work. As an engineer, telling people that AIs, like whatever the view stats is, whatever it's backended to, whatever these common GPT services are actually just really, really good chatbots. They're good LLMs. They're good regurgitators of information, not good understanders of information, so to speak, right? Any thumbnail, any video that is generated off of these things is not something that, you know, it would be uniquely created. It's something that is usually a mashup, a reimagination, if you will, of something that currently exists. You know, if you look at a lot of gameplay, a lot of things generated, especially when it comes to anything AI related, you can usually, if you're astute enough, figure out exactly what the training data to some of this stuff is. Now, obviously, a lot of these companies are fighting over copyrighted shit all the time. For instance, Google wants like AI scraping to be fair use. And for a lot of these companies, it's like rules for me, not for thee. And it's basically where Google, for instance, they want to be able to get anything copyright related, scrape it for fair use purposes. And of course, they want to do this in a way where at least the only placation they can give is we can allow you ways to opt out for entities that prefer their data not to be trained in AI systems. I mean, you even got YouTubers like David Millett who are taking actual like companies like NVIDIA to court over training AI data or training like their AIs off of like people's actual copyrighted materials, which is probably the only thing you can do. It's not, you know, the smartest thing financially or legally to do, because going up against a big company like that is usually a losing battle, but sometimes it's the only way to counter this kind of shit.
What's up?
He was right. Yeah. It's a losing battle for this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
How much for you to spit in my mouth? You could pay me $100 and give me your address, and I could ship you, I guess, a baggie, and hopefully it doesn't evaporate, of my spit. No, I'm not gonna do that. I could buy a cat for you to do that with. I don't know, because I don't want to give you my DNA. Then you can make another octopus.
Shit happening in the world. So Mr. Beast, you know, this is the same guy that famously, like in 2021, and I know this is years ago, was complaining about how a Russian channel was just taking their thumbnails and photoshopping their faces on theirs.
Really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the face on it. Don't worry, we have this face swap tool that you can click, upload a face you do like, and it will instantly swap it onto the thumbnail. To show you how simple this is, I'm gonna take a photo of my face, okay? I'm now gonna hit face swap and take the thumbnail from this to this automatically.
Man, he wasn't really against it, it seems. He just found a way to profit off of it. Now again, obviously the implication here is you're just generating the thumbnail, so you could just change whatever generated thumbnail's face to whatever you want, but obviously it also allows you to upload any thumbnail you want, it seems. So if you think it's not going to be used in the same way it was used against him years ago, you'd be a complete idiot. You know, I was reading at MIT, there was actually a new study done, Your Brain on ChatGPT, where again, the basic idea was in the abstract, using all these LLMs and tools, right, and using them in the general population, they saw that in this study, they demonstrate the matter of a likely decrease in learning skills based on the results of our studies. The use of LLMs had a measurable impact on participants. Now, obviously, this is pretty understandable. You know, if you're going to teach people not to critically think and just rely on LLM regurgitations, yeah, of course they're not going to be able to critically think down the road because you're not teaching them the skills to do it.
Sadly,
You're just
that's already happening.
putting them in.
Where we have people, I mean, like, even without them, they're not critically thinking, but there are a lot of people that are using these things that are not critically thinking, and it's, excuse me, kind of scary, you know? Also, I just noticed that you have Zentrea in your following list. Do you even watch them? I mean, like, I don't care, I just noticed that. Fair enough.
Into GPT as zombies. Now, when it comes to content creation and it comes to creativity, I think the same logic also applies too, right? Like, obviously, by constantly AI generating pretty much everything when it comes to the virality of your video, you as a
Technically, yes, I am muted, but meh.
I just realized, by the way, your dad's been gone for 12 hours.
This is normal.
If we would have gone to church with him.
No, he'd be back much sooner.
Ah, okay.
We'd be the linchpin holding him from staying out.
I see. Maybe then he's happy.
Maybe.
Creator are not necessarily developing the creative, abilities to actually succeed properly in this algorithm, right? Or succeed in this world. That's where I'm coming at from this situation. And obviously, I think MrBeast's content is sort of gamified to the point, and I think it's very obvious that the goal is not so much to create, content that is personable or content that, is designed, I would say, for the long term. It's really just content that is designed for virality's sake, and it's designed for, again, gaming the algorithm to get the fastest, CTR retentions, the highest sub growth, the highest views that you could probably dump. And you might be arguing that, isn't that the point of YouTube? And to me, I would say, yeah, partially, but also it depends on, the creator producing something that sets himself genuinely apart rather than being MrBeast clone number 342 or Mukbang clone number 5782 or Minecraft speedrun clone 14,000,001. Now, again, I don't care how somebody produces their content if they want to make it completely, mechanical, or if they want to put like the amount of
care.
effort into it.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, if you make AI only content as your YouTube video, I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, like, the most that I've ever really seen is those shorts where people read with an AI voice and they use background footage.
Yeah.
I try not to give those any attention. I try to listen to real people, although it takes a lot of time for a real person to record their audio of that. So it's kind of rough, I know.
Yeah, they're frustrating, but
to it. What matters like the most to me over here is like why these kind of tools exist and what they're doing in order to produce their content. Because ultimately, based on what I've seen with view stats, the inspiration it gets from like other content creators and just regurgitates the information and generates these thumbnails is not something that I think is ultimately a net positive to a site like YouTube or content creation. If anything, it's MrBeast giving tools to people that literally do not care about producing any meaningful content on the platform, right? These are people that want to get onto YouTube, they want to get monetized instantly, they want to basically push as much AI slop as they can per day, just so that eventually if one gets virality in the algorithm, right? Like, it's a lot of these AI channels that are super duper popular, that use the technologies that MrBeast is pushing. A lot of these channels that like upload 10 times a day, for instance, and if 9 videos do like, 2 views over their lifetime, it doesn't matter. Because if one video gets 10 million views in the course of a week, it's literally the one thing that's going to pay for the entire AI subscription service they bought. It's one of those things that literally does not matter for the creator. They just want to push as much shit as they can. Whether it be a catchy thumbnail, whether it be an AI-generated description, AI-generated title, whether it be AI-generated whatever, that's the kind of audience you're kind of pushing towards, right? And that's one of the things that, at least for the human being like me watching, I personally don't engage with that kind of content. And look, at the end, ultimately it all boils down to if developing a tool that inspires itself from the actual hardworking artists that keep a lot of our YouTube thumbnail stuff alive, and you're taking away from the other creatives in your field by letting people just easily inspire themselves from their actual content that they've spent money, time, blood, sweat, and tears, whatever on, then yeah, I think it absolutely is a problem, and I think MrBeast should absolutely be a fucking little ashamed of himself. And to be real with you, I wonder if, there are going to be a growing number of YouTubers who might have to ask themselves, is taking this guy to court possibly a legal option for us as well? Because MrBeast, while he is large, is not the only, group of content creators on this platform. That's a pretty big question worth asking. And I don't know if Beast entirely thought this through. He probably thought this was going to play really well.
That's another thing I was thinking of. He obviously does a lot of research onto his fans and a lot of research into what they like to watch. He microanalyzes everything. It really makes me wonder if this was an option that he wanted to do or if somebody else told him to do it. Because he should know that his audience, which is a little bit paused, doesn't like AI. And the majority of the world still doesn't really like the use of AI in this way.
yeah. Absolutely.
Can they really still hear you from that far away?
Yeah.
I do tech bros on the internet, and maybe it did for them. But the fact that he deleted his post about this shows that obviously it wasn't going to fly with the actual human beings on the platform. You know, I was talking about, all the AI internet stuff that's coming out, like 90% of the content that's being generated. And it's just kind of like blackpilling to see one of the largest content creators on the platform openly pushing for this like AI revolution to take hold. Especially considering the fact that it's not even content that's made for the fun of it. It's content that's made for the pure optimization of YouTube stuff out there. So yeah, I'm wondering, Mr. Beast, did you actually, ask the broader YouTube community before you just decided to like fucking scrape everybody for your, view stats project? That's something that I do genuinely want to know. Now, obviously, he's deleted anything like this, these social media posts, I'm sure because of the insane backlash received. But realistically, I do want to know. I think this is just dog shit to do. And ultimately, I think it's really telling of Mr. Beast and actually his entire fucking company at this point, if this is all they want to do. This is not there to help smaller creators. There's a lot of smaller creators that are doing a lot of good work. I'm going to shout one guy out. This is Hey Peter. Now, Hey Peter is somebody that reached out to me, and this guy is a longtime viewer of my channel, back during the Haunted Gaming days.
I don't know how he's gotten through all of the apology videos. Oh, that's funny though.
In fact, he was critical of me for not covering creepypastas as much too. And he hit me up a few days ago.
It's even worse. This guy follows him and is just like, come on, please go back to your content. Please go back to the content I like watching. No. Mutahar is going to do more political videos and apologizing about 3 more switches.
And in the few days, he actually inspired me to take on a new project, a second haunted gaming video I wanted to work on, where I went into the depths of the internet, dug out a crazy story of a man basically dying by cop because they got completely destroyed by a video game that they themselves made. A video game that was released. It's a truly spooky story. But it required me to search, record gameplay for myself, and get into that old creepypasta mood. Now, granted, not every single one of his videos slaps. Sure, he could do a better thumbnail. Sure, he could do a better title. But there's a beauty to an individual that is inspired, a beauty to an individual that takes their initiative to produce content that they enjoy, they put out for a world, and there is a group of individuals that will line up and watch their videos. Whether he gets 200,000 views, whether he gets 40,000 views, he is producing a video that is far better than he's done what 99% of people on this platform fail to do, which is actually cultivate a community and cultivate a stable community and produce the content that they enjoy going forward. And it just shows me that, like, obviously for Beast, Jimmy doesn't really give a shit, And it just shows. And to be fair, he's getting rightfully fucking roasted for it. Anyways, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it.
Oh, okay. That's the video.
That's the video. And I mean, it's a pretty good analysis in my personal opinion. This is why I wish he would stick to what he's good at, which is talking about tech and not apologizing about owning it. But it's a pretty good analysis. I agree. It's one of those things where I think AI stuff is part of the future of the world. People need to get over to the fact that AI is going to have some form in our society coming in the future. However, it should not be in all forms of our media. There needs to be moderation for it. I personally think that the people that try and bank off of AI art are stupid. I also think that the people that are like, I will blacklist you if you use any form of AI. I have talked to people. Okay. I have talked to people who have told me that they are willing to blacklist somebody if they use AI that's not even AI art. And I'm like, you realize YouTube's algorithm is an AI. These people were so blind and rage they did not like. They did not want to argue with me about it. They're like, "Oh no, that's not the truth." Well, it's like, okay, that's what it is, and you're stupid if you don't recognize it. So it's just like there are people that are so blinded by rage when it comes to this kind of stuff that they're not willing to remember that there is a middle ground. I think that when it comes to AI art, I think artists will adapt to using AI art to expedite their process so they can draw more art. I obviously don't want an artist to fully rely on training the art to just remake art for them so they don't have to do any work. I think that if an artist wants to use it to help make bases or get started on a process for them, that's great. That's fantastic. And I think that there are artists that are going to be able to adapt to that. I think I even heard some people tell me that there are artists that do that already. The problem comes, and I talked about this mildly when I referenced the Femboy Civil War on Wednesday night when there was infighting about the fact that Caleb used AI art.
Yeah.
And he at first used it for simple things, but then he over relied on it to the point where he wasn't a good artist anymore. So I think that there is a balance to it, and it's just like with all things that advanced technology. Go from painting to taking photos to taking digital art to now AI art can be useful as a tool to assist you. And I think that's what it should be used for, as a tool. I think that if artists want to use it, maybe they should train their own gallery or build up their own gallery before they try and use it. And I think that's the future for artists, is it will help them make more.
Well, then there's even some artists who, like, you could have a commissioner be like, okay, I have an idea. I don't know how to describe the idea, but would you be okay if I maybe threw the idea at an AI generator and said, make this idea, and I throw that at you and be like, this is what I'm aiming for. This is what I want you to do.
I've done that before.
No, yeah. I think
I've done that before. I tell Ari all the time, can I hand you this as reference? Ari's completely fine with that because he knows that at the end of the day, he's getting paid for it, and I'm not paying to get this.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's completely fine. Chat brings up a good point that AI tool. If you don't use AI tools, you'll be left behind, and I agree. And so like I do believe that in the future, some of the best artists are going to be ones that use AI art as a base for their art. And it's just like people can cope and mold and they can get upset at it. And I agree that there is ethical concerns with some of it. However, in the future, some of the best artists are going to be the ones that use AI art while they draw.
So, chat, that is that's everything.
Is Dogwave.
That's Dogwave.
I don't think we got anything else. I can't play video games.
Yeah, I could. I'm not.
Not on a jet engine right now.
I can hear it through my headset, and it's still loud.
So I think that's where we could end it. If you want, we could. I can set up. Is Mizu still streaming? We can set up.
Should still be live, yeah. Yeah. She's still
Oh my
live.
gosh, it's even struggling on Chrome. All right, I'm sending it to.
So chat, as a reminder, this is the only time that we'll be doing Dogwave while Akko is visiting.
As far as we know, I won't be here next Sunday.
Yeah. There is always a chance that I'll be doing Dogwave solo sometimes.
Oh, excuse me.
I
I unfortunately can't raid on Twitch.
think I can. Oh, you can't raid. That's weird.
Well, I don't have the Twitch panel thing open. Actually, I could have probably opened it on my phone.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not streaming this.
Before we end, I do have one more super chat, but you speak.
So I think we don't have any other streams planned for the week. I think you're talking about might be doing one.
Maybe.
And as a reminder, chat. Excuse me, sorry. We're trying to hit 500 subs over on YouTube. At 500 subs, I've told chat and agreed that I'd be playing Resident Evil 7 for the first time. So if you want to watch Dog play horror game, I recommend you go over there and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it.
There is no function on this to allow me to raid. What the hell?
And if some of you were missing the Warhammer streams, we're returning to Darktide on Saturday to play the new Arbites class. So that's gonna be fun.
Fun.
Otherwise, chat. Yeah, we're gonna send you over to Mizu. Let me set that up.
I've started the raid.
Okay, so chat, we're gonna send you
Did
over
it
to
actually
Mizu on
raid?
Twitch. There will be no YouTube raid.
I don't know if it did.
No, yeah,
There it
you
is.
are.
All right. Peace, chat. I'll
Have
see you
a-
when I see you.
Have a fun time with Mizu, chat. Behave for Mizu. Goodbye.